Hello everybody and welcome to the second ever episode on Kilted Cajun RPG. It's been a week. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off with some introductions. Let's start with Neve today.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing alright. How are you doing?
I'm very tired, but I want to play Rime, so I'm here because we've got a problem.
Yeah, definitely have a problem. Who are you playing today?
I am playing Catherine Claudem. She is a variant human ranger. She is not forsaken, but she's decided to help her brother with her rapiers rather than a bow and arrow, because, you know, bards are soft and squishy, and so are rogues.
Who would have ever guessed? Alright. Well, B, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm looking forward to playing some Rime.
Yeah?
I'm B, I'm playing Nima, a human rogue. That's it.
Just a
All
human
will be
rogue.
revealed.
In due time, all the secrets.
Time, indeed. Can't wait.
Alright. Turn up the voices and turn down the music a little. Alright. And Minty, anything exciting happened to you this week?
No, nothing major. Just carrying on day to day.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm in a considerable amount of pain because I had a car crash, and you well know that, but you wanted me to bring it up anyway.
You haven't brought it up 50 fucking times today already.
I barely mentioned it. It's you guys keep talking about it.
If we have to hear about it, so does the internet.
Yeah.
So I had a car crash. I have some pain in various places across my body. None of them intimate, so it's all good.
Excellent.
Did you die?
Didn't die. Came close.
So a lot like y'all first fight.
Pretty much.
Oh, why you gotta bring it back like that?
And who are you playing today?
I'm playing Hafthor. He's a half-orc fighter, adopted brother to the delightful Catherine, and yeah, I'm now no longer a Slard host.
Yay!
Yay!
And last but not least, Josh, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm excited to play some D&D. D&D. And I'm playing Sterling Brightfeather, a tiefling bard.
All right. So, I guess I should do a recap and we should hop into this game because you're all
Maybe.
a bunch of addicts.
Give it a go.
All right. Traveling from Bremen to Bryn Shander, our group found out that Hafthor was implanted with a slot egg and sought to help free him of his affliction. However, upon entering Bryn Shander, they were approached by a group of dwarves who asked for their assistance retrieving a sled full of iron ingots from the tundra north of Bryn Shander that they had abandoned when they were set upon by a Yeti. The group were promised a 50 GP gem each for their help. Having spent most of the day traveling, they agreed, but decided it was wise to set out the next day. Entering the North Look, they noticed an older dwarven woman watching them and invited her over for drinks. She introduced herself as Hlyn Trollbane and asked for their help dealing with a series of murders that had started occurring over the last month in the town of Targos, Easthaven, and Bryn Shander, the three towns that sacrifice people to Oriel on the new moon. She laid out her suspicions that the murderer was Sefik Caltro, a bodyguard for Torga Icewind and her traveling merchant company called Torgs. She asked them to investigate the matter, apprehend Sefik if it was warranted, and deal with him without involving the authorities, for which she would pay them 100 gold. The following morning, the group set out to recover the iron ingots, endured a 3-hour blizzard, and then tracked a group of goblins that had made off with the sled and its contents. A fight ensued which downed a few members of the new adventurers, saw several of the goblins, including their boss, slain, before seeing the rest of the goblins flee in their wagon, leaving the sled and the iron behind. The group rested up a bit and then dragged the sled back to Bryn Shander to claim their reward. They bought some supplies, inquired after some information about Torgs, paying a small bribe for the schedule of the next 6 stops, and then went to the house of the Morning Lord to cure Hafthor of his affliction. 15 gold short of the 100 gold costs, Hafthor signed a promissory note and found himself free of the shadow that previously darkened his future, and the group set off towards Bremen to intercept the caravan and solve the murder mystery. As they stepped into Targos for a bit of respite and information gathering, they were approached by a large sled dog that convinced them to follow him. Boy, the sled dog, led the group to the door of Keegan Vellerin, who was worried about his missing husband, Garrett. Keegan had nothing but some of his scrimshaw art to offer as a reward, but begged the group to head to Kelvin's cairn and find out what happened to his husband, and that is where we're going to pick up tonight's session. So, my dear, dear friends, you are sitting in the home of Keegan Vellerin. What are you going to do?
The adventurers that your husband left with, were they cable warriors, adventurers otherwise, apart from not knowing the mountain?
I mean, I never met them.
Okay, would your husband take someone they would have to babysit, if that makes sense, entirely? Or would they have to be able to defend themselves?
I mean, he would take whoever was paying. That's how he made his living.
Okay.
I think our concern here is that we are currently already on a particular assignment, and it would drastically change the course of what we would have to do to go and find your husband and these missing adventurers. We're closer to our original assignment. I don't know whether this is something that we might have to delay.
I know that the journey to Kelvin's cairn is not short by any means, and if Boy has already made it back here without Garrett, I worry about his safety. He's a capable survivor, but something must be wrong. I mean, is there anything I can do to convince you?
I mean,
What do you know about the recent murders?
I mean, I'm aware someone died recently, but I don't understand.
well, without going into it too much, we find ourselves in a predicament where either way, people potentially get hurt. We could go and intervene with your husband potentially, but it's, what do we say, it's like 5 days or something?
20.5 hours.
It's for the trip to Kelvin's cairn?
Yeah.
It's
Oh, wait, no.
basically, it's, if you go via road, it's going to be basically 3 days of traveling.
It is the difference between 3 days of traveling and potentially saving lives there versus we believe that our quarry lies no more than 3 or 4 hours from here, coming to Bremen imminently. We are not in a good position either way, but, and forgive me for speaking bluntly, the difference between 3 days and 4 days, if you are stuck outside in Icewind Dale, is they are about as dangerous as each other. If your husband is in imminent danger, we are not going to arrive in time to help him.
Keegan gets a dejected, sad look upon his face.
This is not to say that we won't help.
I-
But I think you need to realise the potential circumstances as they lie. You know as well as I do that spending one night out in Icewind Dale is dangerous, let alone 3. And after 2 nights, 3 is the same as 7, as is the same as 9.
This don't feel right.
Of course.
Feels like we're doing the wrong thing here.
Well,
I don't think so.
I
People are in danger regardless of what we do. People are going to die if we get it wrong regardless.
Should we perhaps take some time and leave this gentleman to consider the information we have left him with? Let's just talk about this amongst ourselves for the moment.
I
I'm
believe
sure-
that's probably the best course of action.
I'm very sorry, Keegan.
of course.
Regardless of our decision,
I'm committed to helping you one way or the other, and I'm happy to do that. But I think there is a larger discussion at hand that needs to be had amongst our group.
Right, well, let's leave Keegan to it and we'll have a chat outside or something, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright,
we leave.
so we'll head outside and have a conflab out there.
Alright. So you're out in the freezing cold.
We've got to go and help him. Surely.
No, we don't. If we spend 3 days travelling, we don't catch them at Bremen. We learn absolutely, we know that if it is not the person that Harin told it was, we know for certain that the murderer follows the caravan. If we go 3 days out of our way, and you can cross Icewind Dale in 3 days, and they go to 3 more cities, that's potentially another 3 people dead. If we go 3 days up the mountain, the difference between 3 days and 4 days out in the freezing cold, if he's already dead, if he's already in grim peril, he will already be dead by the time we arrive, and we save nobody.
The other thing.
We have also agreed to do this job.
I didn't sign any contract.
We didn't sign any contract for the iron ingots either, but you were willing to do that instead of stopping a murderer. You can't put up saving lives in one hand and then go find iron ingots. If you're that concerned about lives, we can stop somebody within a day and then go and help.
Right. Firstly, you need to calm yourself down a little bit. Alright? I'm not getting angry with you. Don't get angry with
I'm
me.
just frustrated.
Well,
Because it seems
keep your frustration on the inside.
This
And let's act like this as normal people.
This decision is difficult, regardless. I know that the idea of weighing up people's lives on paper via the hours that we might spend here and there, it doesn't feel right. However, statistically, I think Sterling is correct.
The
It doesn't
situation
feel
is-
right, but sometimes it takes.
Like I said to you last time, I'll go with what the group want, but I think we should be going out to try and save this bloke and the other people. That seems right to me.
The other aspect as well is you got to bear in mind the dog travelled here from Kelvin's Cairn. So that dog's already travelled 3 days. Then it's another 3 days for us to get there. That's 6 days. He's been gone a week.
The dog can move a lot faster than we can.
You're not going to cross the entire Icewind Dale in a day, brother.
Didn't say he was, I just said he can move faster than we can.
I mean, either way, they've been out there for a few days, and it's dangerous to be out in Icewind Dale one night, let alone
We
two.
learnt
know
this.
that bloke is a
yesterday.
survivor. It's what he does. He goes
Well,
out there.
if he's going to survive, he'll survive another day while we'll deal with the situation we have at hand.
Who has the schedule that we got from that person in the about talks?
I believe Catherine has it. I paid the man, but Catherine has the schedule, I believe.
Catherine?
Yes, give me 1 second. wrote it down somewhere.
I hope so.
I wrote it on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nicely
you did.
done.
I think you drew it on, didn't you? I think.
Can you switch to the map? Because I'll remember the order when I see the map. I get places confused.
Sure.
So I had wrote not very much use actually.
So we're presuming currently they're in Lonelywood.
Yes,
Currently.
they were in
Yeah.
Lonelywood. They were taking a ferry across to where the ice breaks, and then,
into
walking
Bremen.
and then walking the rest of the way to Bremen.
They were going Bremen, Targos,
To Targos,
Brim,
And then over
East
to East Haven.
Haven,
and then up to
Caerdinville,
Caerdinville and Caerkonig.
and then after that, you didn't know. So they do just literally follow.
A complete line across and then up.
I presume that they come back down and then they go to Goodmead, Dugan's Hole, and then back across to
I don't think they go
Brinchander,
to Dugan's.
Targus, Tourmaline, Lonelywood.
It didn't mention Dugan's when we spoke.
I think our friend did, because they said that they were following them from Dugan's Hole to Goodmead. I'm sure that was something that they said.
So that if you think about the 10 towns as a T,
Yep.
that's kind of what they do. If you go from Bremen, up the T, down the T, then back along it, up to Tourmaline, Lonelywood, back down to Bremen and starting again.
Either way,
Back into the boys.
I think we should go to Bremen.
Like I said earlier on, I'll go with the group idea, but I think it's the wrong choice. And if it turns out to be the wrong choice, well, I'd like to say I won't say I told you so because I went along with it. Could go by myself, but don't particularly want to do that.
But what about the opposite? What if we go to Bremen and then more people die?
Then I'll be the one in the wrong.
Well, I mean, either way, it doesn't matter who's in the wrong amongst the group. Either it's not a good decision, whichever way you slice it. People are going to die.
Yep.
Like all people, but we know that these people are actively killing people versus somebody who is as you said, a survivor and somebody who does this as a living. If anybody is going to last the extra day out in Caerkonig, it's probably this guy. He strikes me as a type similar to your sister.
I would rather delay
Ratty and frustrating.
I'd rather delay a 3-day journey by a couple of hours than a couple of hour journey by 3 days.
By 3 days. I mean, I was going for Ranger, but I mean, whatever floats your boat, I guess.
No, as long as I do, mate. You'll soon figure out the other bit. All right. Okay, fine. We'll carry on to Bremen then. But you can tell her.
Him.
Him.
I mean, ultimately, it's too late in the day to begin travel to Caerkonig at this point anyway, so we'd have to wait the day anyway. We can get to Bremen today.
Let's get to Bremen. We are still going to be waiting a little while whilst we are in Bremen. I think this
We're expecting
situation...
them in the morning, I think, aren't we?
Something like that. I think this situation with Keegan needs to be handled delicately. I think he's very upset.
Understandably so.
Who's good with that?
Not me.
I mean, my charisma's 18, so I can.
I
also just like
anyway.
I did also just put out the blunt trauma there to prepare him for the worst. So whether it's my face he wants to see, debatable.
I reckon, it should definitely be Sterling to go in there and have a chat with him.
I
Would
tend to speak
you
to the
not
wolves
be-
in the trees. Don't ask me.
So here's a thought that's just crossed my mind, and you know the town better than I do. We can potentially, well, depending on what we can. Would you our reward in Bryn Shander, providing that we can bring this person to justice? There might also, once we bring this person to justice, as we're doing it off the books. There might also be a little bit of gold involved there. We could potentially rent a dog team and cross the ground faster. So if we do this job, we can, in theory, save time coming back up to Caer Koenig.
We have to be quick about
We need
this
to
job.
line our pockets a little bit, because I have 1 gold piece and 9 silver to my name.
I'm about the same.
So if we can potentially raise a little bit of funds here, we can strap Boy to a sled as well with a team, and Boy can lead the way. And then we'll cross the ground with the dogs. Are we okay with this plan, potentially?
I think it's probably our best bet of helping both parties.
I think we will need to broach this with Keegan.
Well, I will broach it with him now, but I wanted to make sure that everybody here was okay with it before I told him something that flatly wasn't true.
I think this is the best course of action.
Hathor?
You already know my opinion on it, but I'll do what you guys want.
Do you trust me, brother?
Of course I do.
Then we're doing this.
Yeah.
And the jogs to the Shirton journey, are you okay with that?
Yes.
I will go knock on Keegan's door.
It might be best if we ask to take Boy. He knows his master best.
We will grab Boy on the way back, I think. I will knock Keegan's door.
Right. There's silence for quite a while before eventually a puffy-faced Keegan opens the door, wiping his eyes. Yes. Can I help you?
We have come to a decision. And it does require some input on your behalf also.
Of course.
We are currently tracking a murderer, and we are 3 hours away from potentially being able to do that. We want to go ahead to Bremen and apprehend this person, potentially salvaging ourselves some coin along the day and securing a payday, so that we can rent a sled of dogs to then swiftly make our way to Caer Koenig to look for your husband. We would seek your permission also to take Boy with us when we return back from Bremen, so that he can lead the pack of dogs to his master's last known location. Would you permit us to take Boy with us?
Of course.
We don't think we'll be any more than a day at most doing this. And we will come back and we will return for Boy, and then we will rent a sled of team of dogs and head to Caer Koenig with all haste that we can possibly muster.
Of course. I mean, I have one of Garrett's old sleds. I mean, you're more than welcome to use it and take Boy. I can find more dogs if that'll help.
It might help.
That would be very helpful. If you can muster more dogs in the time that we are gone, and then we have a sled to go straight from here to Caer Koenig, that would cut us, yeah, because otherwise we were walking back to Bryn Shander to hire a team of dogs, so that would exponentially speed up our plans.
From here to,
yeah. So if you can muster a team of dogs while we do the business that we already have at hand, we will return. I realized that I spoke harshly before, and I realize it is not necessarily what you wanted to hear.
No, I understand. I understand.
For that I'm sorry, but I do also need to prepare you for the worst possible outcome.
Of course. But I have faith. And I believe that he will be alive. Please come back as fast as possible.
We will be as fast as we can.
Thank you.
and then with that, I'll go rejoin the group.
Okay.
And I give him an awkward sort of like a.
Right. Let's get us to Bremen, I suppose.
All right. Bremen. All right. So you know your way out of Targos. Shouldn't be too big of an issue here. You've made the trip between Bremen and Targos before. Were you still planning on trying to find people to escort to Bremen, Catherine?
I
or
think we have time, honestly.
We don't have time to go ask.
Okay. All right. Well, you've spent 2 days traveling so far, and I'm going to say this probably took an hour. So you've made the trip before, and I'm not going to slow this down any further by making any kinds of rules because you're a ranger and you know the environment. So after 3 hours, you will make it to Bremen. And I will go ahead and move us to the Bremen map. I don't know if I move myself to Bremen. All right. The town of Bremen, which some of you are intimately familiar with. It's a rather small town. Small population. 150 people.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we need to be doing some investigations into whether they've heard anything about the killings, or should we just wait?
I think we probably make an inquiry to see if they've brokered the bay a little earlier than expected.
Mm.
They might already be here. Potentially. It's worth asking the question.
Should drop in and see Mum and Dad as well.
They may know the answer,
Yeah.
and they would treat it with discretion.
Let's go there then.
All right. So you come to town and you head to the folks' house, which I'm gonna say is this one, because why not? Here.
Make it pretty.
Congratulations. There's your house.
Hey.
I can see my house from here.
It's because it's squared, mate. We can see it on the map.
Yeah.
All right. So you head home. Come in.
Hi, Mom.
Ah, Catherine, my sweet dear. It's so good that you're back home. Shall I put on some stew?
Yes, I have some guests, if that's okay, Mom.
Hello, Mum.
Of course.
Of course.
Thor.
Half four,
You're right.
unfortunately. Our friends who
Rude.
travel with us occasionally are with us. Sterling and Nima. They're with us as well. Can they join us?
Of course, dear. Just hurry up and get in. Close the door. You're letting out all the heat.
Shut the door.
You're too realistic as a mum.
Shut the door!
Straight over with that one line. You're letting all the heat out.
Or in a fucking barn!
Are you paying for the heating, are you? Well, I chopped the
Why is that
logs.
door opening? Why is that door open? It's so common.
Have Thor go grab some more logs and stoke this fire.
All right, yeah.
It is very gracious of you to have us. Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Of course. Sit. Let me put on the stew. And she will,
Get some logs.
go hop over and start warming up some stew.
We're here on actually some work at the moment. I wonder if you can help us a little bit.
Well, of course, dear, whatever it is.
You know of the Torg's traveling caravan?
Yes.
Have they broken the bay yet, or are they still on their way? Do you know?
Well, they definitely aren't here yet.
They aren't here. Okay, that's fine. We have some business with them. That's all. So how is father?
Oh, grumpy old bastard as always.
Yeah.
Yes. That's old Dad Kirk. Uh,
Did you just?
got some words for you. Guess you're not making it to level 3.
Not because you're going to die, just he's really
Because-
stingy with the level ups.
Yeah.
No, Catherine, not the meteor. No.
What are
Can you
your
just get
secrets
that,
again? Hold on.
can you get those knives at the top of the
shit.
cupboard for me, Catherine? Yeah, of course.
Final destination stuff.
My eyes. I see my glasses with sharp knives.
Sharp,
pain-filled
pain-filled
knives.
knives.
And copyright strike.
Yeah, probably.
Sorry.
All right.
Then we do anything fill you whilst we're in town? We're only here for the next day or so. Is there anything that you need?
Oh
Anything
no,
from
dear,
buried
no,
treasure or
we're
anything?
fine. We're fine. I mean, you know how this town is. Though, I mean, I've been hearing some stories,
Oh, okay.
and I don't know how much it is, but your father comes back from the tavern and he tells these stories about how some of the fishermen are going out on the lake and they're claiming there's this big, huge monster out there and it's attacking ships and everything. Honestly,
Are you sure he's just not drunk again and he's just not seeing the squirrel again?
that's my thought, but
Because that happened last time.
I don't know, dear. I just was relaying the, tiny bit of gossip that I've heard. I just stay here in my, tiny little home, waiting for my babies to come home.
Well, we're here now, Mum. Oh, come, let's go around the fire and listen to one of Sterling's stories.
Oh, that would be delightful.
So I sat on myself, somewhere cozy, pull out my storybook. And I tell the tale of the great beholder beneath Waterdeep.
All right. Well, while you're telling the story, she finishes heating up the stew and serves out everybody a bowl with a nice cup of hot tea. And you all relax and enjoy the story. And if there's anything else you want to do, let me know.
I'm back with the firewood.
Oh, yes, I obviously assumed that occurred.
Dinner
Three
would have been
hours.
cooked
Story,
otherwise. Yeah, yeah.
everything.
Dinner's really late. Hathor didn't come back.
I got him.
Hathor went out for
Well done.
cigarettes and never came home.
Let's try some other music.
He ran away with the slard.
Where is father at the moment? Let
The
me guess,
tavern, dear.
Ooh. I've got an inquiry to make outside.
Do you
here.
really, brother dearest?
Of course you do.
I'll be back soon. Anybody want to come in with me on this inquiry?
I'd like some time.
It's a
with
pub.
Mother. I'd like some time with mother if that's okay.
Yeah, you do your thing. See you later. Love you, Mum.
Love you too, Hathor.
Out he stomps.
Of course.
Sterling, should we go and make some inquiries of our own and let Catherine have some time with her mother?
Yes.
You hear calling back, don't mention the slard, and then carried on walking.
So, when you go out to the tavern, being from here, Hathor,
Yep.
you were intimately aware that there are 5 taverns here, all in a rough semicircle in the town. There's Stones, Even Keel, the River's Mouth, the Grumpy Moose, and the Black-Bearded Brother. They're all poorly maintained, but, you know, it's where people hang out and drink and come to relax after being out on the lake fishing. They were 5 brothers who originally intended to build one tavern together, but couldn't agree on who was going to run it, so
They built 5.
they built 5.
Makes sense.
Amazing, there's enough business to sustain 5 taverns in a
I
town
didn't
of
say there
150
was.
people.
Note the words poorly maintained.
Well, which one does the dad usually drink in? I'd probably head for that one.
Whichever one's offering him the cheapest drink.
I'll go from pub to pub, have a look, see if he's in there.
Just sampling, just checking the prices, and
They're just
of course,
they're just forever just undercutting each other. Like,
Pretty much.
Yep.
Alright, so you'll find him in probably, what was it called?
I'm going on an
The
adventure.
Grumpy Moose. Because, you
I
know,
was hoping that was where it.
That was where I was going to say as well, the Grumpy Moose.
How weird.
It's almost like Grumpy Dad, Grumpy Hathor, Grumpy Moose.
uh-huh. I can't imagine why Catherine doesn't want to see her father.
Is he'll be cross.
What, that you named him Kirk?
Right. So
Walk in.
you stumble into the Grumpy Moose, and your father is sitting at the bar, and he's, you know, complaining that the price shouldn't be this high, and the tavern keeper's like, well, look, we're having trouble getting in supply. I don't know what's going on, but you're more than welcome to find somewhere else, obviously.
I'll just wink at the barkeep and go, oh, these grumpy bastards ripping you off again, Dad.
Aye, aye.
Oh, how mean.
Ah,
Yeah, let me get you a drink then.
of course, of course.
Get a couple of pints in.
Okay. Couple pints, gonna cost you a full silver.
Yep, no dramas.
Good, that is expensive.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Yes, they're normally like a copper.
Here we are.
Like
And,
drinking in fucking London.
and when you take your first drink, it is obviously watered down.
Well, this tastes like shit, doesn't it? Alright. Well, at least it's, you know, value for money.
Glad you're paying.
Yeah.
What you been up to, my boy?
Well, other than drinking this piss water, went for a bit of a walk with Catherine.
Aye.
Got some friends back. They're back at the house.
Oh.
You should probably go and say hello to her at some point.
Oh, all right. Maybe
Yeah.
in a couple hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once we're good and drunk, yeah?
Well, I don't think we're gonna get drunk on this piss.
Well, no. We'll have to go somewhere else.
Unfortunately, I've been to all of them, and it's all the same.
No. In that case, we ain't getting drunk.
No.
I ain't spending the silver every bloody time.
Yeah. So, how's your mother?
I mean, when did you last see her?
I mean, she was asleep when I saw her last time.
Oh, alright. Oh, yeah, she's awake making some stew. Quite nice.
Yeah, I'll sit here.
The stew was better than normal, Dan.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's only so much nagging I can hear.
Well, probably nag you less if you just did as she asked.
I mean, fair.
How's business?
Shit. Everything's shit. Frozen
I
wasteland
always
is
like talking
shit.
to you, Dad. You always know how to cheer me up.
Yeah? You want some good news?
Yeah, go on him.
You know that asshole Rob? Yeah, his boat got capsized. Came back claiming some monster attacked him out on the lake.
I swear to God, if you mention that fucking squirrel again, Dad, they're gonna lock you up.
No, seriously. I mean, like, ask that one. There's lots of fishermen. They're all claiming there's something out there. I think they're all full of shit.
Well, could be. You haven't seen anything, though?
Me? Hell no. I'm not going out there.
You have to start trawling soon, won't we? The ice will start breaking down.
We don't trawl. We don't have the ships for that. You know that. If we did. No. And bastards in Targus and Tourmaline, maybe. Taking all the fish. Anyway,
time to move.
You looking for some work?
You got anything short term?
Well, I mean, I hear Grinsk is hiring people to go out and catch fish. You know, typical Grinsk. Yeah. Too lazy to do it himself.
I've got a couple of things I need to sort out first. Catch a murderer and all that sort of stuff.
Wait, what?
I'll tell you when we're home.
Alright, well, I'm gonna sit here and enjoy the pleasurable company of this fine fella.
Alright, I'm gonna head back home and I'll see you when you get there.
Alright, don't wait up too late.
I won't. Never did.
Alright.
Just stomp on back to the house.
Okay. Anything else y'all would like to do with the rest of your day?
As Half-Orc comes back and I was go, look, Mom, I'll find someone eventually. Just, I like the wild. I'll find someone eventually.
Well, you're not getting any younger, dear.
24.
Fucking hell, not this shit again.
It's Icewind Dale, you know.
How was father?
Trying to get drunk on really piss weak beer.
No, at least we won't see the squirrel again.
Yeah, having the same conversations with Mum.
As ever.
Yeah.
Right.
Anything else?
I think if Nemo comes along, like, we'll probably go stroll around the harbour, kind of trying to work out what the Happy Haps is, kind of trying to get a bead on when these dickheads are landing, etc., etc.
And what routes they might potentially take.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Nima's visibly more relaxed being out of the house.
So, you're wandering around town, heading down towards the docks, I suppose. Are you going tavern hopping for information?
I kind of want to get to like I want to go like more to like the harbour and talk to like the like people who work on the docks and stuff.
Okay.
Unless they're in the tavern, in which case.
Unless of course there is nobody on the docks and they
yeah.
are in fact in the tavern.
We're all getting pissed.
Yeah.
So
kind of just do a loop of Bremen, kind of going like east, you know, east around the town kind of thing.
It's kind of late on in the day, so most of the fishermen have come in, you know, because there's not a great deal of light out and everything. So most of them are probably in the taverns by now. There are a couple of them that, you know, they're hauling their boats and everything and tying them up. Now, the lake near Bremen and the river are frozen solid, so like you don't see them rowing their boats in and tying them up. No, you see them coming in teams, dragging their boat along the ice to tie it up to the dock, and then like offloading what bit of fish they can, and some of them are just bringing it home, and some of them are going into these buildings near the docks to sell off their extra. But I mean,
check and see if anybody needs any hand for a little bit of work, a little bit of cash, lugging stuff around, pulling stuff.
Would you go with them too?
Oh no, you guys have gone down there, haven't you?
Yeah, we got
No,
that.
my bad. My
I
mistake.
think this is
Sorry.
probably about the same time that you're in the tavern.
Yeah, no, my mistake. Sorry.
That's right. What is it that Torg sells? Like, do we know that
General
information?
supplies, I'm pretty sure.
Just general.
Yeah, basically just general supplies.
Okay.
Tinder,
I reckon they
wood,
probably
oil.
they probably sell stuff off the books as well. Let's be honest, but
Well, we assume from
they just seem
Obviously.
shady types, honestly.
yeah.
So,
I mean, we've only heard about them from one person who's accused them of being murderers, or at least one of them, Sefik. I kind of want to ask around to see how other people feel about them, like whether they've seen them recently, and just kind of feign that kind of interest of, are they going to be back through soon? We need to supply up, and you know, are they good business people? Do they rip you off? That sort of thing.
So, I mean, they're expensive, but they carry goods. And if you need the goods and you can't get them,
Okay.
so I mean, you know, like, cause like there's not a lot of wood and stuff around here. So like they'll bring wood in from like Lonely Wood and stuff like that, and they carry oil, you know, for lamps and tinder and torches, you know, all those things that like you kind of need.
Which does then remind me that I do actually need to buy some oil. So
Well,
if we do have it,
that might give us an excuse to come
maybe
poke our noses around tomorrow.
yes, perhaps. Do you think that we are going to be invited to stay the night at Catherine's and Hathor's, or should we find somewhere else?
They seem the types that we would be invited to stay. I also am aware that it's a small town, and if they don't have the room, we can always perhaps try to find somewhere in Bremen. Maybe there's an inn.
I mean, we've been to
But
Bremen before.
I also don't want to cause offence and not take hospitality where it's offered.
I'll let you take the lead on that.
So, I mean, you are aware of the one singular inn in Bremen called Buried Treasures.
Okay. Oh, and that's literally just down the road from.
Oh, I thought that was a store. Is that right? Like with that kind
Does
of name.
sound like a store, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's-
I'm sure that's the name of a shop in Critical Role.
So it's an inn that caters to treasure seekers when the river isn't a frozen block of ice.
Cool. So I guess with that digging back, we'll
Yeah, we'll head back.
head back to Claude Gem's place.
Okay.
And just hang out there for a while, and then try and broach the subject as to whether we should, you know, if there's enough room and if they would like us to go stay elsewhere and it's not a problem.
Oh,
Et cetera, et cetera.
Any friends of, you know, Catherine and Hafthor are more than welcome to stay here. I mean, we don't have any spare rooms, but we can throw you down some bedding on the floor near the fire. It should keep you cozy enough.
That's perfect.
Thank you.
I just don't want to impose, is all.
Oh, no, of course not.
Here, Mum, you want me to get Dad back from the pub?
Why? Why would you ruin a perfectly good evening like that?
Well, I particularly would like to see your father.
Well, you know where he's at.
Oh no.
Christ.
Oh no!
Is
Yikes!
everything
Fully
all
yikes.
right at home, Mum?
Yes, it's fine.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because
There's divorce papers on the table. What?
What
I've
do
got
you
to
mean
take
I'm
that when I was
adopted?
10.
I'm kind of like going like to Sterling, just sort of like trying to be as far away as this conversation as possible, just sort of like playing cards or something.
Yeah, just like. Do I need to?
Mum, I've noticed that neither you or Dad are actually an orc. Am I adopted?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I thought so.
Like, Stellan hears that question and then just like visible confusion. Yes, yes, you are.
He has been coming home, hasn't he?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
We're just not sure he's actually doing any work.
Work
Do you
does
want
seem
me
a bit
to
at
go
the moment.
have a conversation with him?
Wouldn't do any good.
I can certainly try.
You could drown him in the lake too, but I mean, wouldn't solve anything.
Have to break through the ice first. I better come along.
Come on, Halffull. Let's go see.
Well, I can
Dad.
use the hammer on the ice, can't I?
Oh, please don't drown your father. We've already got enough murderers on our hands. Oh my god.
Don't you
Murder.
come early.
It's euthanasia.
Oh, it's not. It's really not. It's really not. Christ. Okay, fine.
Have you got any aces?
No. Go fish.
I'll be back shortly, Mum.
Ah, that's what we say you did. You went fishing. And he fell in. Thanks, Sterling. That was top.
Somebody clip that though, would you?
We should
try and get father.
We should probably go with them so they don't actually kill their dad.
It's alright, Sterling. Sterling, we'll take your advice. We'll make sure it looked like he was fishing. That's
No!
alright. We get what you mean.
No!
We get it. It's alright.
Mrs. Claudgem, we'll be right back. We rush out the
Just
door.
excuse ourselves.
All right.
Why are we travelling with these people again?
These are your friends. Well, they're our friends.
Fine.
So I made my way to the, what was it, the stubborn moose or
The grumpy moose?
The grumpy moose.
Uh-huh.
That's the one.
He's not there.
He's in the fucking water.
He's fishing.
Have you seen my dad?
Yeah.
Okay, where's he gone?
I don't know. I'm not his keeper.
No, but you'll be a barman with a black eye.
Leave it for...
I mean, he's probably in one of the other taverns, you know, the less quality taverns.
Alright.
But
One
he's
of
a
the
grumpy
Glen
old
taverns.
git, so, you know, why do you want to find him?
Well, he is my father and all that.
Because unlike you, I think we know where Father is, so let's go and find him.
So I'm gonna go look for my dad in the other taverns.
Okay. I mean, you know what he looks like. He's not hard to find. These places aren't big. So let's pick a random tavern here.
Blackbeard.
He's probably, in the even keel.
I'm gonna enter and just go behind him and just put my hand on his shoulder and go, "Hello, Grumbles."
Oh,
Wow.
fuck off.
And,
Why you like this,
let me roll some dice. Hold on.
No! Stop antagonising the fucking GM!
It's too funny.
Surprise attack, isn't it? Made him jump into a
Dad.
swing.
Yeah.
How are you?
Gets advantage.
I'm fine, darling. How are you?
I'm well. I'm concerned you haven't come home yet.
Why?
Just because you're usually home now. Usually you do eat with us and... Well, at least you used to. I'm just checking everything's okay.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Except for there's no freaking meat and the fishermen are all crazy and this winter is miserable.
Look, I'm sure you want to hear the stories of us, of our adventures in the Dale.
Sure.
And I'm fairly sure this place is... And all 5 of them are selling utter shit. So... And I'm sure I've got one of us has a bottle of mead in our travelling cloaks.
Mm-mm.
Really?
Maybe.
Well, which is it? Yes or maybe?
I think I've got one in my travelling cloak. at home.
You think or you know?
Well,
Oh,
I'll take
fuck,
that.
old man. Just follow us home, will you?
Fine. Did your mother send you?
No. She told us to fucking leave you. Probably
So
because you're a
I
miserable
can say,
shit.
as an independent observer, that the mother did not send them. They came of their own volition.
Look, I want
They
some
are
from the
concerned
father.
about you.
Is that illegal now?
What? Caring about me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't
Go
know.
out every night and get drunk and come back and just tell abuse at us.
You don't get drunk.
Well, I hear you talking about
Fair.
the squirrel again.
Anyway, let's go home.
Yeah. Let's go and see some real fireworks.
So I take my father home.
Okay.
Now I'm sure I've got it in. Go say hi to Mom, and I just like start rifling through my bag.
Uh-huh. Honey, I'm home. Yeah, whatever.
And that's it. Cool. Excellent. Are you sure we shouldn't perhaps maybe go spend some, maybe rent a room at that buried treasure place?
Only if I can come with you.
I mean, you guys started this. I'd just like to add, you didn't need to create this environment.
It looks like we drank the last bottle of mead on the road. I do apologise, Dad. I thought we had another bottle.
Of course, of course. I'm going to bed.
No.
I'm also concerned that if we leave here, that your mother actually might kill your father.
No, I wouldn't.
Well, she hasn't in 24 years.
Insight check.
Insight check for sure.
Okay, roll.
All right then. I'll
She's
fucking will.
tried, but never actually succeeded.
Yeah. Oh,
14?
11. Maybe.
What the
I mean, my
hell
3D.
kind
Oh,
of-
it's not. It's a 1. Sorry, it's not me rolling the 3D dice. That's why.
Yeah. No.
That one.
Something's going on.
That's so weird because it rolled a.
Yeah, no. I don't know.
It rolled for me.
It's being...
Oh, very strange.
Oh, the 11 was Neebs.
Me. That's
Yeah,
me.
my rolling works.
Yeah. Well,
was
shit. Nobody asked you.
Right.
All right.
Dad.
So Nima and Catherine are fairly sure that's the truth. Sterling, on the other hand, totally believes that the moment everyone's gone, that old man is dead.
True concern.
I mean, I'm perfectly happy to stay here. Honestly.
Let's
Is he?
get
Okay.
some rest. We have a busy day tomorrow.
Fine.
He'll be gone in the morning.
Take your word
He
for it.
goes to work early. It's fine.
We stay the night.
Okay. Anything else I would like to do before the morning comes?
Try and rebuild my
Apologise to
parents'
Kirk.
marriage.
Yeah, like a Jeremy Carr situation here.
I mean, Neve wanted to name the father Kirk, so this is what you
What's
get.
happened.
Grumpy is as grumpy does.
Uh-oh. Hey, Grumbles.
All right.
Ugh.
So the morning
Ouch.
comes.
That's
I
it.
mean,
Wow.
What
Genuine
passes,
surprise.
What passes for morning in Icewind Dale?
Is my dad still alive?
I don't know. You want to go check?
There is blood going down the stairs.
I'm not checking. Plausible deniability. I'm gonna leave.
I was about to say, there's definitely a murderer in Icewind Dale. We can make this.
We can make this look
We
like
can
one
just,
of the murders.
we can just pin it
No.
on the guy. Honestly,
We're not saying this out loud.
Well, do you want to go check, Catherine?
I'm just gonna see if my mom's up.
Yeah, she's cooking breakfast.
Hi, Mom. You're right.
What's she
bloody
cooking?
apron and a cleaver.
Fine. She's cooking pork.
It's the long pig.
Oh,
I
no.
always starts this
Soylent
morning.
Green.
Snoring?
Dream pies.
Oh, why?
You making pies again, Mom?
Yeah. I have a special order. These brightly colored people in wagons that came through.
I'm feeling quite ill. Should we?
We've got to head off momentarily. Unfortunately, we won't be having breakfast, but I will come and see you hopefully before we leave.
What could
if
you
not.
possibly have to do that you can't sit and have breakfast with your mother?
We have
Well, now you've done it.
I'm
I'll
waiting.
sit down with your mum.
There is a murder about, Mom.
Of course there is, dear, and you're the only one that can solve it. And 5 minutes of having breakfast with your mother would change the course of history.
I sit down at the table.
Okay, we'll have breakfast with you, Mom.
Possibly, but okay.
Whilst you were having breakfast, there's been 2 murders. One of those was your father.
Really
So
weird.
as you enjoy the breakfast, y'all have breakfast. And doesn't
Just opens like the torso of my dad just falls out.
Turns out the murderers
No.
was the parents we found along the way.
All right. So after breakfast, what are you doing?
Probably head towards the docks, isn't it?
Wondering why there was a ring in my pie.
Please, that ring was sold. I mean,
Can we have one game where there's no cannibalism in it? Can we just have one game?
Yeah, if we stopped having you as a player, yeah.
Fuck!
Yikes.
Well, like I said, Mother, we have to be leaving. I hopefully see you.
of course.
When
I'll
can
see
we-
you for
No,
lunch.
I love you. Have a nice.
Love you too, dear.
I will see you next time. Look after yourself.
Wait, what do you
And,
mean next time? You're coming back for lunch.
Yes,
We
we're
don't
coming
know
back.
that.
We are
We
coming
will
back.
certainly try, Mum.
I'm not going to bloody lie to my mother.
Well, am I cooking lunch or not?
No, don't worry about it now, Mum. We'll sort
Don't worry
ourselves
about
out.
it. We'll sort it.
All right.
Okay. Don't kill Dad. Please.
He could be so lucky.
I mean, do what you're
Don't
going to do and just don't blame us. All right? See you later, Mum.
We were gone. We were in
Bye,
Brinchanda.
dear.
I am so
Alright.
sorry, guys.
So, you head to the docks. You brought it on yourself, Neve.
Yeah, you did. You should.
No, that was
Parents
Catherine
great.
apologising to the family.
I get that, but I'm just saying
I
that you brought that on.
I love an hour of Mom and Dad Simulator. I really do, honestly.
It's just an average family, isn't it?
Yeah.
So.
Oh.
Y'all are heading to the docks?
Yeah.
All right. So,
My spine hurts.
What, was it in a car crash or something?
Yeah, a little bit.
the lake around the creaky docks is frozen, forcing fishers to pull their rowboats up onto the ice. Standing between a pair of boats is a stout humanoid in cold weather clothing. A gray hood hides most of the humanoid's face, but you can make out a wide nose and a long, frosty beard. The stout figure stamps their feet, spots you, and waves you over. Good! You're here! Get to it then, Grits! Those fish ain't gonna catch themselves!
The fuck are you talking about?
Who are they?
Hey! I've been fucking waiting for y'all to get out here. Now, let's get out to work. The agreed upon price. I'm not changing it. We agreed last night.
Right, shut up, you fucking midget. Right? You've got the wrong people here. We ain't the people you hired.
Are you sure?
I'd notice if I'd met you, you surly old bastard.
I
Is he
just
drunk?
like whisper to Nemo. It's like,
Well,
I understand why you let me do most of it.
Alright, well, look. Obviously, they're not showing up. So, here's the deal. I need people to fish. I got 2 boats, and I'm paying 5 copper a head for each trout you bring back.
Who's?
Uh-huh.
As in the people you hired, okay, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I haven't got time for fishing. We're on doing other important stuff.
Nobody does anything important here.
We are
That's
helping
because this
escort
place is full of nobodies.
the caravan when they arrive.
So fishing?
No,
No,
do it yourself.
we are
you
waiting-
sad little man.
We have been.
I'm looking around
Okay,
for others.
right.
boats that might
we
be
need to have a
talks.
moment, like, to work out how we talk to strangers, because I think as a group, not great at it. Let's be real.
Anybody speak Dwarven?
I don't know.
Yes.
Oh no, I don't.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
This is what happens when you don't stop the grumpy or grumpy half-orc from talking to people.
I mean, also, this is like your town, so I'm kind of just letting you guys crack on.
Yeah, because that's how we speak to people around here. This is not a nice place.
I gathered.
People are beaten down because their livelihoods are just not working, so everyone's miserable and horrible to each other.
And just because some watery tart threw a
Throws a scimitar at me, they lock me away. I thought we were an autonomous collective.
It's no system of government.
We're gonna get copyrighted.
It's fair use, it's fine.
Hey Dennis, there's some lovely filth down here.
Alright. So,
That may go copyright. That's a very good impression.
Thank you very much.
I'll
What my esteemed colleagues meant to say was that we have been contracted elsewhere. I'm afraid we are not the people that you have contracted.
I put my hand on Sterling's shoulder.
how much are they paying you?
Hang on just one moment. There does seem to be a bit of talk around some large creature or monster in the waters taking down ships recently. I don't suppose you've heard of anything.
It's all lies.
All lies?
All lies.
Has-
Just
so
a
what
bunch of
is-
people that don't want to work. Lazy
So what-
bastards.
So what has happened to recently about the upturned ships, and has any ships not come into this bay recently that were due to come in?
Nah, I mean, first off, ships can't get here because of the ice. It's just the little boats. But,
well, boats then.
you know,
I don't know.
people here just drink too much, and then they blame their accidents with the frozen bloody ice on the fact
Have
that they
there-
were drunk.
Have there been any boats not currently that were due in dock, port, whatever this place is?
Do I look like a harbor master? No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure
You seem
everybody
to
has
have a
made
lot
it
to
back.
say about it.
That's because people are stupid.
I'm wondering whether our friends who are due back here is. I want to make a perception check to look around to see whether or not Torg might be in the bay.
I don't think that's going to be a possibility. Let me go double check a map.
Okay. My thought process is that I'll sort of turn back to these guys and go, I don't want to write off this man and his boat just yet, just in case we are in need of a boat to go out. Potentially, if you catch my drift.
You want me to stop talking to people then?
No, not at all. It's effective
Yeah.
in some situations.
So you're definitely not going to be able to see out beyond
Okay.
the frozen ice.
Oh no, just on the dock bit to see if there's any, to see if they've harboured up or whatever.
It's just small fishing boats at the dock. It's
Right,
all
okay.
frozen ice here.
Right. Okay.
Big ship drops off at the edge of the frozen ice, and then they walk.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm looking at this map wrong then.
Yeah, no, they get dropped off at the edge of the frozen part, and then they have to walk the rest
All
of the
right,
way.
so
Okay,
yeah,
I understand.
what you're seeing there is frozen ice. I'll pull you back to the Icewind Dale map.
Sorry.
Yeah, because if you remember, B, look, they have to get here.
I don't know where here is. Hang on.
So
Like-
like we're in Bremen, right?
Yeah.
That's this one.
Yeah.
Really?
So
Yes,
like
they have to-
all
they have
this
to
is
pull their
frozen
boat there
ice.
and then jump it across.
Gotcha. Sorry, I was fully under the impression that the broken ice / icy waters was. I thought that's what people making the joke about drowning the dad was coming from.
Why do you think I said I'd have to take my hammer?
Yeah, I get it now.
All right.
Oh, B.
Is this another Scarecrow episode?
Shut up! I swear to God.
Cream pies.
All right.
Green pies and scarecrows, oh my.
So, what else are you gonna do?
Anybody want to do some fishing?
I don't want to do an entire day's worth of work and miss them.
We'd technically be heading out towards where they would be, surely. But I'm not
Potentially,
advocating
but
for
once
fishing.
But
I'm not
once we've
advocating
committed,
for fishing.
But once we've committed to a day's fishing, we kind of need,
we don't need to
would
commit to
do
anything.
we would need to do a day's fishing.
The lake's pretty big as well.
Mm.
The con-
Let's just stay here then.
I could go at least earn a few coppers over at the thing, drag some stuff, supplies in, help them unload and what have you. Potentially.
I could do with going around and seeing if anybody has any correspondence they wish to be delivered in the next couple of towns.
Yeah.
And along the way, maybe find out if anyone has any information or anything.
Well, it's always a good source of information. Be the fishermen, I reckon, at the moment. So, anybody wants to go do some back-breaking labour, I'm sure we can try that out.
Catherine Hartford, you're obviously from here, so I'm guessing that you would probably know where, where someone of this ilk might set up shop or come into port. Do you have any inclination, or are we just kind of hoping that they're coming into the dock?
Well, if I'm right, Kirk, it'll probably be getting dropped off at the ice. Walk in, they'd have to go via the ports or the docks, as it were, to get into the main town. Is that right?
They'd probably set up shop outside the 5 taverns.
Yeah. If they were going to be doing any trading, they'd either go there or head down to the inn
Buried
place.
treasure.
Do you want
Buried
me to
treasure.
go back to the Bremen map?
Please, yeah.
So they're either on the docks, by the inns, or by the tavern, is what they're saying.
Yeah, they'll be in. It's not going to be too difficult to find them once they're in town.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're at the docks and we're doing some lugging around and stuff, we'd see them walking in. I would have thought.
Probably.
So I'll go and find I'll go back to Hathor. Sorry, I'll go find some work around there and keep my eyes out.
Very well. I don't really know what I want to do, honestly.
Well,
I'd recommend probably setting up in a tavern. Ply your trade there, get some money out of it, and also people talk freely to bards, don't they?
I think we could do with gathering
Fair.
ourselves a little bit more money. Nima's going to probably follow Sterling around and see if anybody needs any correspondence taking else.
What about you, sis? Cool. All right.
Thing is, my trade involves taking people from town to town.
You do some hunting. Go get some fresh meat to sell.
You can help your brother. Lugging goods is no different from lugging people, I'd have thought.
Yeah.
One's considered to be heavier and more manual labour.
Yeah.
And supervise.
I think the supervisory positions have already been taken up by the ones that get paid more than I do.
There'll be no harm in doing some manual labour.
Cool.
Or if it's too good for you, sis.
I'll head to like the 5 taverns and kind of poke my head in and see like which ones are like which one is kind of busiest or more
Worthy of the talents.
So at this time,
like warmer to the ideas of having a bard around. Like
at this time of day, like they're all pretty dead. They won't really start doing any real business until the fishers start coming back in. But yeah, I mean, they'll offer you some drinks and a meal for performing in the evening.
If you let us know which one you're performing at as well, we can let the fishermen stuff we're working with know about it, and we can flood them all into that place.
I mean, ideally we're not here this evening when we've done the deed and we're on our way to...
We will also want to keep our eyes open for this Torg.
They're a dwarf, aren't they, I think? They're a dwarf? It sounds like a dwarf name.
It does sound like a dwarf name.
Yes, it is a dwarf name. Torga.
Torga Icewind.
Mhm.
Yes. We need to keep our eyes and ears open. So if we take the taverns and you both take whatever it is manual labor jobs around the town, it could be that when Torg comes in, I very much doubt that they will actually be moving on today. So it's quite possible that we're here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It could be that if we start directing people to one particular tavern where Sterling here is performing, Torg and her
Could be the
bodyguard might.
If they think, oh, there's a nice bar performance, or it's better than sitting in a tavern doing fuck all, they can at least
Potentially.
go and watch you, and they'll probably come in there.
Maybe, potentially. We don't
In
know.
which case, I will pick the tavern with the more friendly owner.
Okay. I mean,
I mean, I'd imagine they're all fucking miserable. But
Yeah, yeah.
So, like,
Welcome to Bremen.
Honestly,
Little
like,
Barovia.
when
Little
when not
Barovia.
dealing with a grumpy person, they're friendly enough, and they are more than happy to have your patronage. I mean, there's not a whole lot of money available in Bremen, but you're used to working for food and room and all that stuff, and that they're any of them more than happy to provide you with drinks as limited as they are, and dinner.
So I've got a soft cap on my rider. Okay. In which case, I will. Is it like the crazy moose or the angry moose or whatever? Because I like that
The
name.
grumpy
best.
moose.
Grumpy moose, because I like that one. I like that
The
name. the
Grumble
best.
Moose.
I like that name the best, so I'm going to go.
Yeah, yeah.
And I will agree to go perform there.
Okay. All right. Nima, you can inquire at the town hall. That's
Yeah.
usually where, like, you would pick up
Yeah.
your stuff. And yes, there's parcels to be delivered, you know. It's the normal 5 copper delivery to Bryn Shander. Which is where the sorting center is.
I will take those then and
Goddamn big mail.
sort my pack out so that they're at the bottom and the stuff I need is on the top of them, sort of thing, without damaging anything. And I'll
You're
take
really
5
good at
copper.
shopping.
All right.
Tetris.
Anything from you, Neve?
No, I'm just gonna do. Actually, no. Tell a lie. I am gonna go to the outskirts of town and do some bird hunting for some fresh game.
Okay. Roll a survival. All right. You'll get like 3 or 4 birds, but that'll take
Cool.
you 8 hours.
Yikes.
It's Icewind Dale.
Yeah.
That's slow going though. Holy crap.
Yeah.
It's very early morning though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not after
I mean,
8 hours, it's not.
Yeah, well,
No,
I'm
it's-
thinking
it's-
how much time we've got to kill and whether or not we can afford that 8 hours. Like, is it gonna?
So you'll get one after like an hour, and then like 2 more hours you'll get another one, and then it'll be hours and hours before you get the third.
Could I spend half the day and get 2?
Sure.
That sounds sensible.
Cool. I'm gonna. Go to the Grumpy Moose and ask the barkeep how much he would sell for if he would buy the one off me.
Sure.
We're eking
Copper.
out small coppers. Yeah. Eking them out of the game.
Yeah.
Like
Give it
drawing
to me.
blood
Give me
from
a
a
copper.
stone.
Well, I have 000 at the moment. What was
yeah,
that?
no, that's fair.
How much Kirk? Sorry.
1 copper.
1 copper. Cool. 1
Sick
copper.
half a day's work there.
Sick
Good
half a
hustle.
day. And the other one, I'm just gonna go back to my mum's
Okay.
and just I got your bird. Sorry about earlier.
Excellent. Excellent, dear. Don't mind your father. Don't mind me. Neither one of us slept well the last couple of days.
Why? What's happened?
Well, you know, lumpy mattress, and it's cold, and we're old, and it's just life, dear.
Do you need anything whilst I'm in town?
The end of winter.
You know, I try and search for an answer to that.
I know, dear. I know.
It's just my...
You don't worry about it. You don't worry about it. It's old people problems.
You know my restrictions regarding to knowing people.
Well, all right. We're gonna go ahead and take a bio break. You know, we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so, and then we can find out where the hell this damn caravan is.
Yeah.
All right. See you all soon.
See you soon.
All right, everybody. Thank you for bearing with us there while we took a little bit of break. We are back now to find out where the hell is this caravan. All right. So, Halfthor, you're working on the docks.
Yep.
You can make 2 copper for an 8-hour workday.
Okay.
All right.
Whilst I'm there, I'll be keeping an eye out for
Yep.
the whatchamacallit people, obviously. But I'm guessing I don't see them.
So, y'all will work through most of the day, etc. Walk around. If there's anything in particular that you want to do, let me know. But basically, an entire workday will pass. People will start coming back in when you will see 3 sleds led by dogs, one of them with a large pole sticking up and a flag with a golden paw print on black arriving into town. They have lanterns on the lead and all that. There are 6 people, 2 per sled, and the sleds seem to be loaded fairly heavily. They slide into the middle of town, and it doesn't take much insight to realize that the leader is a female dwarf, and she is grumpy as hell. With her is a man that I will share a picture. So let me go ahead and... Just like that, but without the sword.
Was that? And he's not wearing a coat or anything. He's literally like.
He's literally
that.
dressed like that.
Interesting. Has he got like glowy blue eyes?
He
Blue-
does
yeah.
have ice blue eyes.
Yo, okay.
Alright.
Like, I'm guessing that, like, me and Nima are just kind of, like, hanging out watching these guys do whatever they're doing. And I'm just, like, slyly point and just be like, I think that's our guy.
I think you might be right.
You can see his eyes from here.
So, this would be about the time that you would need to make your way to the tavern for entertainment, as all the fishers are starting to return back, and the tavern is beginning to gain some patrons. Word has spread that, you know, you're going to be playing in the Grumpy Moose, and it seems to have gathered more patronage than the rest of the taverns.
Cool.
So they like claim out a little area near the market square, whatever you want to call it. We'll say they probably claim probably somewhere between the taverns and the docks, honestly.
I mean, there's that big nice open patch like that, like here.
Yeah, that's
That kind of makes sense, I
kind of
guess.
right. Like, they won't do it like right in between the buildings. They'll probably do it more off over this
Off to
area.
one side, yeah.
But Torga will plant the flag into the ground grumpily, and they will take the sleds and the dogs off to this building here and have a conversation with a person, and then like lock the sleds and their goods and the dogs up in the building before eventually they make their way towards one of the taverns. And they are going to make their way to where's my... There we go. They are going to head to the Even Keel.
Okay. Like as they're starting to pull the dogs and stuff in, I'm guessing that we've caught up with the other guys. I have to go work. I've agreed to tell a story to the Grumpy Moose. If you want to keep an eye on our esteemed friends.
I think I might go for a drink in the Even Keel.
Very well. I'll catch you up later.
Stay safe.
You too.
Whilst they're having this conversation with the warehouse person,
Mm-hmm.
can I see if I can hear what they're saying?
Are you trying to like get up stealthily and eavesdrop, or
Just pass by as if I'm going towards... As if I'm Yeah, as if I'm going towards the taverns.
alright.
The taverns are over here, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And they're over here having this conversation.
Yes. You
I'm
can...
guessing I would have thought that.
Maybe we should wait until they are.
I mean, you can...
I'm fully waiting for Neve to Valtar this and just...
Yeah, I mean, you can roll a perception check.
What's with all the 11s today? This is like my 4th 11.
Alright.
11s.
Yeah, no, you have no idea.
It's 11s.
Also, oh no. Okay, no, I'll make my way to the keel, whatever it was.
Even Keel.
Alright.
The one.
Yep. Alright, so anything in particular y'all are gonna do? Torga and her crew kind of take over a couple tables. People give her a wide berth because she is grumpy as shit, and
By people, does that include her own caravan or just people?
no, just the townsfolk.
Okay.
Because she's just obviously grumpy and people
Yes.
are avoiding. Okay, that's fair. I think we probably maybe grab a drink and sit on a table away from them a little bit.
Alright, 5
Just,
copper a drink.
A drink, but I've only got 5 copper and a gold, but I don't want to break it.
I'm with you, aren't I? Am I with you, B?
What?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are
I
you?
assume so.
I'm pretty
You've
sure I
gone with
was. We went to
Catherine.
the Keel, didn't we?
I think I'm the only one in a different tavern at the moment.
I think so.
Right. Well, let me just pay for these drinks then.
All right.
Is there a dartboard?
Sure.
Cool. I'm just gonna start playing darts with half four.
Okay.
Nima's going to just kind of nod towards Catherine and Hathor and exit the tavern.
Okay.
As we're playing, I'm just gonna go to half four and just go mess up the shot.
That won't be difficult.
Roll a dex roll. Not a save, just a roll. But
What do I do there then?
you...
Dex.
Roll your dexterity.
So, where do you want the dart to go?
In the head. No, I'm joking. Don't do it.
Right. So they're sat at one of the tables. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if I can bounce it off the wall next to it and get it to land either like on their table where they're sat, or like in one of their drinks or something silly like that.
I mean, I'll say with a 19 that you can get it to bounce off the wall and slide across the floor under their table.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay.
You never beat me at darts half four. I'm the best in this entire town. I bet no one in this town could beat me.
Maybe. I say I'm walking over to the table to. Sorry, let me just get this out of the way. This bloody woman keeps beating me all the time. Cheers. Says nobody else can beat her. What a load of shit. Then wander back over with the dart.
Okay.
So I'm guessing what you were trying to do there was trying to bluff them into challenging you to darts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't seem to give a flying fuck.
No.
No. Well, Hathor, I think it's time we say goodnight.
Has this only been a couple of minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I'm going to walk back in,
All right.
but I don't look like Nima.
Okay.
I'm going to look like a dwarf.
Okay. Any particular dwarf?
One from a previous town.
Okay.
Just one.
Would I
I've
know
seen
who's
passing.
done this?
Nope.
I'll sort of look around the tavern, and then spot Torg, and I'll
Torga.
head Torga, sorry, and I'll probably just go up to the table, and I'll go in Dwarven. Are you Torga?
Yeah, who's asking?
My name's Megard. Nothing important. I'm just after some supplies. I was wondering when you're going to open up shop. Are you?
Caravan will be open tomorrow. Bloody captain.
Captain?
Yeah, the captain we hired to take us across the water wouldn't put in near Bremen. Some bullshit about a monster in the waters.
Yes. There seems to be a lot of people talking about some monster. I don't know. I'm not a fisherman. I'm just after a few supplies. Are you going to be in town for the next couple of days?
We'll be here tomorrow.
Where are you planning to go to another place after this? Are you heading
Doesn't
to...
matter you're here, right?
I know, but I've got to get a few bits, and I was just wondering where you were heading to afterwards.
East.
So, just to clarify, Kirk, because map-wise, I'm not fully familiar. They've said that they're having trouble getting a boat to where?
Yeah.
Hang
He's
on.
two
Sorry,
here. Yeah.
It keeps coming out. Not on the right. Disgusting.
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 They were in Lonelywood, and they took a boat across the lake to get to Bremen. And
Bremen,
yes, the captain wouldn't pull in close to Bremen.
Oh, right, okay. Because I was thinking, we're in Bremen. Why are they complaining that we're not? Okay, all right. So they're not in need of another boat?
No.
Did you encounter anything on the way then? Any monsters?
No.
Something that seems weird that this is a rumor that seems to be going around then.
Not my problem, and I don't care, but he delayed me. Now, the caravan will be open tomorrow. You can come by and do business.
All right. I'm gonna sort of excuse myself, but I'm just gonna try and listen into Sefik and just see if what he's thinking.
He doesn't really have much in the way of...
Am I getting anything or just nothing?
Human.
Human.
Surface notes. There you go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, walk back out. And I'm gonna probably sort of get my warm clothes sort of wrapped around me, and I'll probably just head over to the pub that Sterling's in,
Okay.
and walk in as Nima.
Okay.
And just inform him of where the once he, like, not mid-story, but like waited for an appropriate moment, and just inform him that the other two are.
You want to roll a performance check, Sterling?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. I mean, the crowd's the crowd, you know. They'd rather be having music, but stories are nice. You'll make 2 coppers.
Oh.
All right. Anybody want to do anything else?
Yeah, I'll like finish. I'll finish my story, and then I'll spot Nima and kind of make my way over.
I'm gonna keep playing darts and just see if I can glean any information just from passively listening.
So you will notice that they're not really talkative. The only talk is amongst the fishers who are talking about another run-in with the monster and how the fishing is horrible.
Okay, I'm gonna leave.
All right. Y'all want to have a conversation about anything in particular?
Well, they're a happy bunch of people.
You come back into the our pub, the
Yeah.
one that we're in, yeah.
Well, did you get anything useful?
They
Fuck all.
didn't say anything, which is weird. You'd have thought that after a long trek they would be talking.
I don't know how we're going to get much information from them.
Well,
I genuinely think our best bet, and obviously I think I'm probably saying this where I'm not just yelling it, etc. You know, like we're
I figure
Talking
y'all are
amongst
tavern
us.
speaking.
Yeah.
Stage whisper.
I think our best bet is probably trying to actually tail Sepik himself. That seems to be the. If they're not willing to divulge information, and he's plainly walking around without a coat on and no gloves or anything. Like, I'm cold. Like, that doesn't seem.
He's obviously blessed. Or
There's obviously there's more going on with him, and I think it's probably not a terrible idea to try and drop a trail on him, at least just to see what he does.
Could try and cause some sort of public issue.
I don't know whether that's the way they operate. I imagine they're a bit more cloak and dagger.
I
mean is we call a public issue about him. He's a bloke walking around in the freezing bloody cold with no coat on or anything like that. He's got to be some sort of witch, isn't he?
I mean, magic is no crime in these lands.
No, but we'll get torches and pitchforks.
I think subtlety is our best plan right now, brother dearest.
So I might as well stay here then while she go out and solve it.
Well,
not necessarily.
They don't have loose lips.
Their caravan may have clues.
I mean, I don't particularly fancy breaking into the warehouse to find out.
I don't want to end up.
I don't want to destroy some poor warehouse manager's livelihood.
Right, burn down the warehouse. Got it.
I don't know whether we might just have to tail them for a little while.
I think it's probably not a terrible idea.
But this is going to cut into our time when we have a schedule.
I mean, did they say how long they were going to be here? We were hoping to sort of resolve it today if we could.
I think they've probably settled in for the evening. They're certainly not going anywhere tonight, and they probably want to sell their wares tomorrow. So I imagine they'll be open tomorrow. And then I don't know if they're going to move on. Probably the next day, which we need to think of some way
I'm conscious of dallying around.
Because we can't. We can either simply confront them or him whilst we're on the road, as Catherine has suggested before. Just come out with it. That would be the shortest route. Either way, I don't know whether we'll get our answers that way, but I don't know whether we're as subtle as we could be.
Well, I mean, I've got blue skin and horns. I'm hardly a picture of blending in.
I don't think any of us are, But can we afford to leave it for a day to see whether or not they're going to move on tomorrow?
Well, I mean, if we can...
It might be the next day.
I think if either yourself or Catherine or the Hearthfall or even myself, I suppose, could tail him, he might separate if he is up to no good. We could potentially tail him and see what he's doing on his own.
He's a very curious person, for sure, but I don't know whether curiosity is a crime. And again, I keep coming back to this concern that we are going by the word of this one person.
But I mean, if that is our one lead and we investigate it and it comes to nothing, then we are at nothing. But at the moment, it's the one thing we do have to go on. And it is up to us to determine whether it is truth or not.
We could just go and ask him.
Well, that actually seems like the most forthright.
I'm not 100%. From what you say about this dwarf, I somehow don't believe that
We could try and split
getting
him.
in the caravan's face about it and just outright. I don't necessarily think that outright coming. My concern is that there are a fair few of them with the caravan, and there are 4 of us. And if blades are drawn, we are very much outnumbered.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Actually, perhaps then the best place would be to do it is in the middle of town. Casually inquire if they know anything about it. Don't make any accusations, and we can try and glean the truth. However, if we wish to do any further investigations, we will now be suspicious ourselves, if you know what I mean. They're not going to come out and say things, are they?
I mean, he's also not going to admit it, I don't think, not under...
There are ways of gleaming the truth from people.
I'm not denying that, but I don't think that he's going to outright come up and put his hands up and say, I'm a murderer. I think our best bet is trying to catch him or somebody else from that caravan in the act.
We just ask them if they know about this dwarf that asked us to do this.
That may be an
Because all we've got is, what if, right, I'm just putting this out there, I'm not saying wrong or right, we had this dwarf come up to us and say, I think these people are murdering people, go and find something about it, I'll pay you. What if this group had come to us and said, I think this dwarf is murdering people, we'll pay you, go out and find about it. We've got no proof either way, have we? So I think we should just go and...
I mean, I don't think it's... That's actually a very good point, and I don't think there's any harm in inquiring.
Yeah, we just go up to them and say, we've been told this.
Have you had a run-in with a disgruntled dwarf?
Yeah.
potentially.
I mean, we maybe
work.
don't tell them that they've paid us to investigate a murderer, but we
No,
say...
no, don't mention that.
But we say, we've come across a disgruntled dwarf...
Who thinks you're a murderer?
Who was, who was speaking poorly of yourselves, etc., etc. Have you had a run? Have you had a run-in with?
I'd probably
somebody
recommend
particularly?
you that you, as you can talk a lot better than I can, because I'm very blunt with things. You might be the one that leads this little chat.
I mean,
Good cop, bad cop,
I think-
maybe.
I mean,
Ooh.
I don't think playing good card, bad guard is going to get us very far, because the second that we start applying pressure,
They're going to
I
push
think
back.
is the moment that they draw swords, and then we're in trouble.
And as
As
strong
I've
as I am, I
said-
think they can push harder.
I
Yes,
think
as I've said,
I
I
agree
don't
with
think we should
Huffle.
make any accusations or threats or imply that we are going to do anything about it.
mercenaries, yeah.
Just polite inquiry. I don't know. Maybe let's see how it goes.
Well,
This will be if we confront them with this will be our only chance to do this.
We could,
We
above
lose
board.
any sort. Yes, we lose any sort of subtlety, but then again, I don't think we have a great deal of that on our side. So,
Nope.
well,
we
I
could
think
try and-
I think it's certainly worth. I mean, you said that you two were playing darts in the tavern, so they've seen you two together.
Mm-hmm.
Nima, were you sat with them when you were in the tavern, or were you removed from that, or?
no. I drank my drink and I left to come here.
And I mean, I'm a bard in another tavern. I have absolutely no skin in the game. They don't necessarily know that we are a group aside from you pair, who are a pair of
Gentlemen.
local natives playing darts. So there is a possibility that Nima could stay up in the shadows and try and glean some insight from the words they speak. And I'm nothing more than a friendly bard following up a story of a disgruntled dwarf.
There's
I would be happy to do something like that.
an alternative.
Because then at least they don't see us all together.
Hmm.
Because then you're right, we do lose all if we don't go as a four-piece,
Yeah, me and Catherine hang back. You two go and have a chat.
but I think Nima should probably try and stay hidden if she can.
All right. Yeah.
This is something I can certainly do.
Okay, cool.
I think we should do that. Are you suggesting we do this tonight?
I mean, no
tomorrow.
better time than the present, I suppose. We know where they are.
Okay.
Just head over the road, sit yourself down somewhere, and I'll follow along in 5 or 6 minutes. And
There
then
is
if you two
an-
come with me and sort of be on hand.
What's that, Catherine?
There is an alternative plan as well. We could possibly try and spook him. So they are traveling merchants who come across many wonderful and weird things, possibly. Now, if me and my brother have heard of murmurings of a legendary ice dagger, if they've seen one of their travels, it may freak him out enough to force his hand.
I mean,
Possibly to
we
separate
think that there is
himself
something to do
or-
with Auril going on. He's not wearing a coat. We believe he has some sort of he's a cleric of Auril or something along those lines.
He may not want his adventuring group possibly to know that he is working with Auril, although it is pretty obvious.
I mean, it's hardly obvious, it's hardly subtle about it. He's walking around Bremen in the freezing arse cold with no coat on.
It does not matter.
Let's keep it simple for now.
Yeah.
See where we get.
Go ahead 5 minutes. I'll follow.
Nima leaves.
All right.
And if you two be on hand in case things go bad, and I'll yell.
Yep.
And then if we're made, we're made.
Start swinging punches.
Probably going to the other tavern where they were. What is everyone wearing? Like, obviously, when you come into a tavern, just to clarify, clothing wise, does everyone still wear their outdoor clothes, or do they remove some items?
So, like, they'll take off like their gloves, well, like a layer of gloves, and like their bigger outer coat, but you still stay typically bundled because not a lot of wood and stuff like that, so the taverns aren't super warm.
Okay. So it's not unusual for somebody to keep a scarf still wrapped around them.
Perfectly.
Okay. I'll probably go back into the tavern. I'm gonna go in as Nima.
Okay.
And find a seat and just sit down, and I'll fucking pay for a drink.
Okay.
So 5 copper, and wait for the others to come in, and I won't acknowledge them as they come in, and I think it's just Sterling that's due in.
All right. Well, as you are sitting down and getting a drink, Torga and the 4 let me double check. I'm pretty sure they're humans that are with her, are getting up and getting ready to leave.
Okay.
But Cephik is still sitting there. Yes, the others are humans.
Okay. I sit down a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
just in another seat that I wouldn't have been in previously, and seem like I'm just a patron that wants to be left alone for the night with my drink.
Yep.
But I've got my scarf sort of bundled around me like I'm still cold,
All right.
so that, I don't want to be instantly recognized.
Yep,
Do you know what I mean?
Where's everybody else at?
I'll leave it a couple of minutes and then I'll follow Nima.
All right. Well,
You ran the side of the tavern.
so about a minute after Nima goes into the tavern, Torga and 5 of the humans come out, pulling on their gloves and their hoods and everything else. And they begin to walk down the street, this direction.
Is, what's his fuck with them?
No.
Is he still in the tavern then?
Yes.
Yeah.
You say it was this direction, did you say?
Yeah, more or less. Well, I mean, like, this direction, because they're coming down... They're coming out of this tavern and basically coming down the road this way.
Cool. Well, I'm guessing I'm still probably in the tavern. After, a minute after Nima goes in, like, I'm probably still in the other tavern with these two, so I probably don't know, honestly. So a couple of minutes will pass, and I'll head into whatever the tavern's called.
Yep. The Even Keel.
Even Keel.
The Rusty Rudder.
I'll go.
Oh, stream's still running.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Hey, first
Hey,
box.
my first band.
Oh, cool.
Hardcore.
Then, yeah, I'll go in. I'll take my hood down so it's like very obvious that I'm like a tiefling or whatever. Kind of like survey the tavern. Assume I realise that this dwarf is not here, but this guy is still there. Notice that he's, sat there or whatever. I will go to the bar. I will order 2 drinks. However much that is. It's a silver piece, isn't it? I think you said.
Yep.
It's an expensive fucking night.
It's fine. It's fine. I've drunk for free the rest of the night, honestly.
Oh,
let's
that's
be
true,
real,
yeah.
so I'm not bad, so. And I will go sit down at the same table as him, and kind of push a mug of ale across the table.
Thank you.
I must admit, I just thought you looked rather interesting, so I thought I'd buy you an ale and perhaps hear your story. I'm a bard by trade. You seem.
I seem.
You are very striking looking,
Thank you.
and also it is unusual for one not to wear an overcoat in any of the 10 towns. I was hoping to hear your story.
Not much of a story, honestly. I mean, I was born on the holiday of midwinter, and the Frostmaiden's blessing protects me from the cold.
That is very interesting. We have something in common. I'll like point at my face. My ancestry kind of grants me a similar boon, but I must admit, even I do still get a tad cold. What are you doing in 10 towns?
Working. I'm a bodyguard for Torga.
Oh, the Torga of Torg's trading
Yes.
supplies.
Yes.
That is an interesting woman.
Yes.
What's it like working for her?
Like working for anyone else, I suppose?
I mean, she has a reputation, between friends, of course,
Of
as being a touch on the grumpy side.
Well, I mean, she's quick to anger, but she's a particular woman with their particular desires and plans and ambitions.
Very interesting. So, you say you're a bodyguard. Has she much need for a bodyguard with a company that size?
I mean,
Do you often find yourself with problems?
it's more a matter of protecting the goods than anything.
That is fair, I suppose, when you're carting oil and wood and whatnot. They are valuable commodities.
That they are.
Yeah, and I'll just sort of shoot the ship with him as long as he'll allow, like, if he allows me to sit there for a while, I will buy him another beer.
Yeah.
and another beer after that. You know, I will ploy him with drinks if he is allowing.
Yeah, he will do. He will sit there for probably 2 or 3 hours.
Cool. Yeah. So just tell me how many silver I need to remove. Like, I'll buy him as many drinks as he wants, honestly.
He's not a big, like, he's just sitting there just because this place is boring as hell and there's nothing to do. So, I mean,
Yeah,
like,
fine.
he's not, like, guzzling beer, not trying to get drunk or anything like that. And honestly, the beer tastes like piss, so...
That's fair.
Is the
Yeah.
stream died?
What's
So-
that?
Is the stream died?
And I think we should be back.
Yep, looks like we're back.
That looks pretty stable.
All right.
What a
Great. Okay. So, where the hell were we?
I was ploying this dude with drink, and I had Nima kind of people watching for me.
Yes. All right. So he will sit there and, you know, chat, shoot the stuff or whatever. Not a lot of deep thought going in to anything. He'll answer questions, but he's generally like he's not standoffish by any means. He's just not very sociable. If that makes any sense.
Sure. Do I, like, in the 2 or 3 hours that we're chatting, do I learn any interesting tidbits? Even if they're not, like, world-shaking? Like, where they're headed next, blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing.
Did he murder anyone?
I mean, if you ask, maybe he'll tell you. I'm having to reopen things.
That's fine. Yeah. Just,
So, let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. So I think I'm just not going to record locally.
yeah, just pull the mod.
I think that might be what was killing my system. All right. So there's, I mean, like he'll basically confirm their schedule. But for the most part, he's just relaxing and waiting for the next day, you know, killing time. After a couple hours, he'll take his leave and he'll head outside.
Sure. I'll kind of let him go.
Yeah.
I might give the eye to Nima to see if she'll follow.
Yeah, I'll nod. Wait a couple of moments and then step outside. Well, after he leaves, I kind of just sort of stop by the table that Sterling's at and go, I thought you were going to ask about the dwarf. Don't worry, we can do it tomorrow. It's fine.
He was somewhat guarded to the line of questioning that I was taking initially.
We'll talk later, and she'll walk out. She doesn't want to lose him.
Yeah.
She's
I'm
gonna.
pretty sure I did inquire about, like, did you upset anybody? Blah, blah, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so. But he was pretty, like, I didn't get anything out of him.
Yeah. Sort of bundled up, my overcoat, big coat on, and I'll probably sort of casually see where he's gone.
Yeah. So he is wandering back off to where the flag is planted. And then you will notice him slip into the warehouse where they stashed the sleds.
Okay. I'm gonna sort of do a loop, I think. I'm just gonna draw a shape on here to show you. Which pub are we in?
The second one, the even
This,
keel.
that one?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll probably go around here. And I'm probably gonna just make a loop around here. Just to make out like I'm just walking off home somewhere. Come back round. Just gonna be another local from the previous town. Just a nobody.
Okay.
And sort of I'm gonna casually walk around as if I was just I want to kind of look inconspicuous, but at the same time I need to be like looking like I can I do a stealth check to not be seen but not be like Scooby-Doo fucking stealth
Sure.
engine? A stealth is in like to be inconspicuous.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really need to roll.
Okay, cool. That's what I'm doing. And I'm going to just has the warehouse got any windows?
A couple of small ones, yes.
Okay. Can I see if he's in there, if he's gone into the warehouse?
Sure,
Obviously,
like you're gonna climb up on the crates outside and peek through the window. They're a bit, dirty and frosty, but I mean, there's a shape in there, definitely. There's no light in there.
Okay. I'm just gonna check my exits, see if I need to run, like if there's a.
There's plenty of exits in and out of this building.
Okay, and there's. I'm not going to go in, but I think I do want to just peek in through a window. Do you want a stealth check now, considering it's actually doing something?
No.
No. Okay. All right.
Like I said, the windows are like frosty and dirty, so I mean, it's vague
can't
shapes.
See through at all. Okay, can't see through at all. All right. All right. Is it light inside?
No, that's what I was saying.
Fully
There's
dark.
no light inside, so you can just kind of make out movement.
Okay. They within 30 feet. Shapes.
Yes.
How many people are in there?
One.
Just one. Just him.
And the dogs.
And the dogs. So there's dogs. Okay. So presumably, obviously, Dwarf Lady and her accompaniment is not around either. Probably in a. Okay. She's gonna come back down.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go back to the tavern, obviously through my little way that I walked. Maybe walk a different way, come back round. I'll look like Nima again.
Okay.
And I go back up, go find Sterling and Hathor and Catherine.
Okay.
I believe he's gone to the warehouse. And he's by himself, though he does have a lot of dogs there. I think perhaps we should just maybe confront him. If that's what we plan to do anyway.
I mean, we are talking about potentially revealing our hand anyway, so...
Exactly.
I think this is the best opportunity we're going to get of him being on his own, or at least to start with.
Yeah.
Go and talk to him then.
I think now might be a good time for good guard, bad guard.
Do we perhaps want to involve other people? Otherwise, we might look like the bad people at the end of this. If we can explain to maybe one or two others, locals, people that you trust, and she looks towards Hathor and Catherine, just to verify potentially what we're doing.
The town is very small.
It is.
Hathor.
Are there any guards in this town, actually?
Not really.
No, not really. Okay, it's kind of these
I mean, like,
sort of places are a
they
law
could-
unto themselves. Sort of
Yeah,
thing.
they could muster a guard, and they are
Yeah.
required to muster a militia if the 10 towns needs. But like, this is very much an
Doesn't work like
environment
that.
of you don't cause shit because everybody depends on everybody for survival.
For survival. Yeah. Yes. Sorry, Catherine.
Naturally, as I tend to be the main person who escorts people, I am known as a good person. You know, they know I don't do things without cause, and Hathor being a half-orc, he naturally draws attention to himself. But again, he's an honest, just person, and the town knows this.
They know we ain't trouble causers.
They know we're not going to cause a fight without.
Also, let's be absolutely real. If us pair have to book it as the out of towners,
Fair.
then it's unfortunate, but
Okay.
it is what it is.
Okay.
So
Let's go then. Do we want to do this now? I think it would save us time.
I think so as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent. So what are we doing?
Probably head straight over to the warehouse.
Yeah, see if we can
Knock on the door.
see if we can sneak in. Honestly, catch him.
I actually think if we're going to do this forthrightly, we do it forthrightly. We go up, we knock on the door, we say, "Can we have a conversation?" There are dogs, so I don't really want any.
I'm not exactly sneaky either.
Yeah.
So,
I will leave it to people more capable than I.
in preparation for what
perfectly
I
capable.
potentially see going a, expectable way, give me a
It's almost
marching
like we're
order.
playing
Not about
D&D.
our plan.
What?
Give me a marching order. We'll say the red line under Rime of the Frostmaiden is the door into the warehouse.
Sure. I actually don't want to be at the front. I kind of want to be at the back because I know he's seen me. I mean, I keep my hood up and stuff, but I stick out like a sore thumb. I'm a blue demon guy.
Okay. All right.
I think maybe I want to be close enough. So no, I'm fine where I am.
I can also cast magic and stuff from afar as well. I'm a ranged fighter, theoretically.
My
also
next
arranged-
question is torches, lamps. How are we seeing people without dark vision?
Being Minty are like.
Mhm.
I have a.
B, you got dark vision.
Have you got a hooded lantern?
I have a hooded lantern, so I can. It's
Okay.
obscure it slightly, so it's not like a beaming bright light. I can close it so I can see enough.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't like. Have you got a hooded lantern, B? Because you're a rogue. Is that part of the rogue kit?
I have no need for a lantern.
You have no need for a lantern.
No, I do. Genuinely, I'm a human.
Oh, yeah,
I can't see shit.
Yeah, so
I've
is
got,
B.
I've got, yeah, I've
me
got
too.
a lantern.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got a lantern if we need to use it.
but you don't need a lantern.
So who's carrying the lantern?
Not
Who
me
does?
because I need both my hands for
Well,
weapons.
Sterling, when you just put some light on my shield or something, I'll just walk in with that.
I don't have. That is not magic I have, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Who needs the lantern? Who needs the light?
Probably anyone but me, I would have thought, right?
I don't. I've got dark vision.
Oh, I'm good.
Just
So probably just
Catherine
use
and
you.
Nima that need light, and neither
Yeah, just
one of
use
them
you
want to give
humans.
up their hands.
Fine, I'll give up my
Are they
hand.
both
No,
fucking
you-
changelings?
Do you need do you need both your hands to fight? Actually,
I'm a dual wielder, so.
okay. So does a light crossbow require both hands?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a two-handed weapon.
Yeah.
And hand crossbows don't. Ooh, do I have a hand crossbow in my gear? I might do, because it's the sort of thing that I might have. I do not.
Do you know what? Outside of the where are we going to talk to him? Are we going to talk to? Are we going to beckon him outside? Want to discuss as we're walking up to talk
what was the question?
openly? Are we going to go into the warehouse or beckon him outside?
Go in.
Okay. In that case, please at least give me a chance to put my lantern on the floor so we can still see. But
Well, as soon as we start talking with him, put it down.
all right then. Yeah, I'll carry the fucking lantern. It's fine. I'll carry it.
All right. So y'all open the door and head into the
Oh, I thought we were going to knock on the door.
Oh, well,
But I suppose
Just
you
walk in.
can if you want.
knock and then walk in. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Hathor's taking the lead, so Hathor and Catherine.
Knock, knock. In we go.
all right. So you step inside. He is laying down next to the sleds. The dogs are in cages. And he looks up and goes, "Can I help you?"
Hello. Nothing to worry about. We just got a couple of questions.
"And you had to wait until I went to bed?"
Well, this is something we're trying to keep away from other people because we don't want bad words to spread about people, do we?
"All right, ask your questions."
So, we met somebody that's been telling us that you have potentially been going around murdering people,
"Okay.
and we've come to get your version of events, as it were.
I mean, which version do you want?"
Well, the truth would be ideal.
"Okay. Yes, I've been going around murdering people."
All right. Any particular reason?
"Yes, because they are schemers and cheaters and bought their way out of the lottery."
See, that's what I thought. I said this to these lot, and I said they probably been had their name pulled, and then tried to run away or tried to get out of it somehow, and you've been hunting them down.
"Yes."
There we are. So when I just look at my people, I was like, see, when I've got a theory, maybe sometimes I'm right.
"Will that be all?"
Pretty much, yeah. I just wanted to know why you were doing it, and well, I'm guessing it's not something you keep in secret then.
"Why would I?"
Well, I don't know, maybe people just wouldn't look too cheerful upon a murderer.
"I'm not particularly concerned with that."
It doesn't strike me as you are, and I'm pretty sure you can look after yourself.
Kirk,
"Yes."
I am listening in. Does any of that
Are you-
ring true?
"Yes."
I'm
It's
yeah.
to the T. I mean, like, remember, it's only surface thoughts.
Mm.
Do you want to go deep diving? You let me know.
Okay.
Go
Um. So, do you know of a person called Hlyn Trollbane?
Can't say that I do.
She seems to have an issue with you.
Can't say that I've, bothered to take the time to really care or know.
I think you probably should be
Why?
caring or knowing. She seems to be recruiting people to delve
me
into
killed?
this. Potentially, I suppose.
I mean,
Just
that is her
clarifying, I ain't here.
choice.
We ain't here to kill you or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. I don't particularly want to try, to be honest with you.
So at this point, he will sit up and, like, just have a seat on one of the sleds and be like, "Right. Well, then what are we doing here?"
We're just clarifying curiosity's sake, I suppose. We really do need to know because, as you can imagine, and I'm sure be compassionate towards, having somebody go around killing someone for no reason is somewhat worrying. We did have to check.
Well, I have a reason.
And was this reason given to you by
Oriel?
anyone in particular?
Yes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I thought it might have been. Yeah. Did
By
she?
who? What did you say?
Oriel,
All right, okay.
the goddess. So, what did she give you this task personally, or
Yes,
so you've spoken to her?
of course.
You speak to her often.
Well, I haven't in some time, but she is the one that has set my course.
Huh. Well, there we are then.
Will there be anything else?
Not from me. No. Thank you very much for being honest with us. I appreciate that.
Of course. I mean, you could have asked in the tavern.
Yeah, but you caught me off caught me on surprise there, off guard, and I thought, well,
Would you have walked up to somebody in a tavern and asked if they had been murdering people?
Why not?
It's a bit of a faux pas, I will be honest.
Well, I suppose you do things your way and we do things ours.
Very well, but your way is currently costing me sleep.
We'll leave you to it then.
Thank you.
I suppose.
sleep well, and happy hunting.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Happy hunting. Happy hunting.
This has kind of thrown Hathor off. It's sort of like, he just kind of said yes, he did, but he's doing on behalf of a god, and I don't really know what to do with this one now.
All right.
So let's leave and go
Yeah,
and have
turn
ourselves
around,
another
walk out.
conversation. Yeah.
Close the door and kind of go, the fuck?
All right.
I mean, it is something that we had considered, but does it make it still right?
I mean, these people knowingly live in a place where sacrifices happen. They know that there is a chance that their name can get drawn, and when it did, they tried to scarp her.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think their names were drawn. I just think they removed themselves from the pool. I mean, either way, it's semantics. It's more or less the same thing, but still.
Yeah.
I don't think either sides of this
I don't-
party, whether Sefik or Hillin, I
Let me
don't
put it
know
this
which
way.
side is right.
Here's my thing. Is it wrong that these people are removing their names from the pool?
Yes.
Absolutely. No doubt there. Is it right that he has a God-given mandate to murder these people when he could simply turn them over to the authorities?
Well, it depends if the murder is counting as the sacrifice.
I don't think it is. Are these sacrifices still ongoing? Like, we've been in Bryn
Yes.
we
They happen every the lottery happens the day before the new moon, and then on the night of the new moon the person is stripped of all their
Sacrificed.
stuff and sent out into the cold.
Cool.
But when these murders have happened, has there still been a sacrifice?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is
Well,
what I mean.
It's
So-
only been happening for a month, so yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's so in theory they're double dipping. They're not. It's not an exchange.
I think it's more one of those, he wants the word to get around that you cannot avoid being in the list or having your name pulled or whatever it is that's happening that's causing them to...
But it is
up
not
there.
necessarily public knowledge that they are avoiding. He knows that they are avoiding it because of his God-given mandate from Oral.
Yeah, well, we could always just
It's
tell
not.
him to...
It's not like he's publicly going out there and saying
So we need to get him to work on
Barney
his sales
Jackson is
pitch.
avoiding the sacrifice.
Who's Barney Jackson?
A name I've just made up from nowhere. Like,
Did he get killed?
maybe I'll write a story about him if you like, Arthur. Either
yeah.
way,
I think maybe our next course of action might be to leave this where it is. And we know now Sefik and we know Flynn. We could even inquire as we go through these towns who might have dodged their name out of the pool and just keep an eye on them and see what happens.
I reckon we tell old Sefik there to change his business plan and start putting the word out there that if anybody tries to dodge it, they're going to die. That way, it could avoid the murders in the first place.
I don't think he's going to do things anyway except his own. He's made that
He
very
seems like a
clear.
fairly reasonable person, and I think that if we try
You
and
thought
sell
that
this to...
that was reasonable?
Well, I'm a little bit more blunt than you, aren't I? So I appreciate right up frontness.
Hmm.
I think he was reasonable in the fact that he was perfectly forthcoming.
Yeah.
I don't think it's reasonable.
The man is absolutely insane.
I don't think it's reasonable to
But me or him?
him.
Yes.
Him.
Fair.
Because ultimately, if you're trying to prevent people from cheating oral, which is obviously his mandate,
Yep.
then another person is needlessly dying for his sins almost,
Yeah.
if you think about it.
They're dying because the person tried to dodge it.
No, because I'm not talking about the people dodging it. I'm talking about the people who are fairly in the lottery.
Also, but we don't know that the people that are dying are the ones that had, like, said their name picked or anything. They're just trying to dodge the lottery, as it were. So if they didn't try to dodge the lottery, they wouldn't get guilt.
I think there's a bit of an OC clarification here.
Yeah. So
what I'm saying is that like there is a person like in a town that fairly puts their name in, gets drawn out, and gets killed because that's how they sacrificed oral. And what I'm saying is it right that that person then has to die in addition to this person that Sefik murders?
And also,
that's kind of the point I'm getting at.
The person who Sefik murders is effectively changing the odds of someone else getting drawn.
Yeah.
So Sefik is in a way
technically killing the sacrifice.
He's killing the sacrifice as well because he's making the sacrifice more likely to get drawn.
Yeah, he's upping the odds, as it were.
Rather than just telling the authorities and then that name gets put back in the lottery and then all is fair and square again.
I'm weirdly on Sefik's side in this one.
I think that you had the right idea, Hathor. Perhaps we should maybe approach him in the morning on our way out to go and deal with
Get him to change his sales pitch.
Get him to change his sales pitch. Have him more upfront and open about it, because we need to explain why it then wouldn't be fair, and depending on his answer, we can judge from there. But
and I'm pretty sure if it did come down to a scrap, he'd probably wipe the floor with us fairly fucking quickly.
I think with all of his friends he would.
Yes.
I don't think now he would.
Either way, ask yourself this: do you want to go in there and kill that man?
I'm honestly not against it, but I'm also not advocating for it.
What about the other two? What do you reckon? What's your opinion on it?
I don't think people should be condemned. He is a vigilante in a sense, doing what he believes is
an executioner.
In all fairness, it's no different to what we would do if we killed him, though. We are vigilantes.
That is what I was just getting to. So I think overall, I would rather not kill this person.
What about you, Sis?
I would love to do more research on it, but at a later date, I think we have a man and a bunch of adventurers to go and seek out.
Yes, I think if we're kind of done here, I'd rather just crack on and just ignore it.
I do, however, need more lamp oil, so we do need to
actually buy something from
it. What's your opinion?
I think we need to look into why Hill didn't want to tell the authorities.
I think that's interesting also.
Suspect, because we now know why he's killing them, because they're dodging the lottery. So why wouldn't you just tell the authorities? So why is she? So
he did say that though.
She
did give that information.
So why she doesn't. I don't think she knows. I think she has put together a pattern of a caravan going around and people are being murdered, and she has just done the detective work and has hired us to work out why and to bring him to justice.
And just think
that was the course of action that was required. I think we have more information than she does.
And she also said her reason for not dealing with the
authorities
is because they were useless and had done nothing about the murders.
in all fairness, it's perfectly logical to assume that she knows that the authorities are corrupt, that they turn a blind eye to this person dipping out of the lottery, and in exchange, they dip a blind eye when he kills them.
Mm-hmm.
So, in theory, we're talking about like widespread government corruption potentially.
That is far too big for us.
Let's just tell him to change his sales pitch because
Yeah, we'll do it in the morning.
Because of the numbers on the statistics of obviously the unfairness of the then second sacrifice having to be drawn from the first one dodging.
And then we find out he actually gets some sort of sick pleasure from it and is actually enjoying killing them. So
That is exactly what I'm expecting. But
let's see how he does it.
Yeah,
I think that we possibly leave him with a light threat, and that we say, change the sale pitch. All's good. If you continue down this path,
you're gonna have future problems.
We know where you are.
He ain't gonna be scared of us.
No,
He might not be, and if he's not scared of us, he'll not bat an eyelid. And if he attacks us, he reveals his true nature, and then I have no problems killing him at all.
Alright.
Sweet. So
what are we doing? Going to sleep?
I'm going to the. Oh no, I don't have any money.
What is D&D lesson in philosophy? Oh my fucking god!
CS Icewind Dale.
Yeah.
All of that. I think all of Icewind Dale.
I'm waiting for the University of Statistical Analysis to pop up in Bremen now.
That could be a thing.
All right.
I genuinely think that there are no good answers in Icewind Dale.
Nope.
No.
What?
It's very much like
a morally ambiguous campaign? Why would I ever pick one of those?
Feels very Baroque. It honestly feels very Barogian.
This is all the Abbey of St. Markovia, and I fucking hate it. I knew I was pre-warned against it, but I fucking hate it.
Having read the Curse of Strahd book, it's all of Curse of Strahd. It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's all just like
they're
these,
all
like
bad.
Minute sort of moral, ethical.
So what does this make him that preacher then from the Abbey?
Yeah, he's the diva.
Yeah. Such a diva.
Spoilers for Curse of Strahd, guys.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, don't. Well, tough shit. It's your game, not mine.
Okay.
Right. So
anyway.
So, going back to the house of the parents, huh?
I really hang back like Sterling, and I'm sort of like, I'm not saying anything, but I'm really sort of like being obvious that I'm the sort of...
No, I was thinking more about not leading this bloke to my family's house.
Yeah, perhaps we should spend the...
I think maybe we go to the
Yeah, let's go to the inn.
Because when I was paying for my room, because I had 1 copper.
Yeah.
I've got a gold piece. I can pay for us if I need to.
Because someone needed life-saving surgery.
Who was that? Oh, it was me, wasn't it? It was me, yeah.
Some dickhead.
Some slard bastard.
All right. So we're going to bury treasures?
Yeah, bury treasures.
Okay. Let me pull up some information to verify a thing.
We all die in our sleep.
Go back. Yeah. You find out that your family home is on fire in the morning. Oh, fuck.
Well, now we've got to kill him.
Now at least they've stopped arguing, you know?
Yeah. Wow.
It was actually Mom who killed Dad.
Uncle Owen.
Make it like an accident.
Aunt Baru.
Fucking hell!
Mate, you might as well give us some blue milk now, man. Help us with that burn. You know, the one that...
corpse, like just fucking skeletons, just smoking.
Wow. Okay. So you head down to the Buried Treasure Inn. There is a. If she's a human, let me double check.
Yeah, we all thought she was human.
Yes. There's a middle-aged human woman opens the door, and she's like. Yes, can I help you? Do you need rooms?
I realised it is very late, but could we possibly procure 2 rooms?
Of course,
or even a room.
No, however many rooms. Please, come in.
Cool.
Thanks.
Walk in. Pay the lady.
Yes. So, it's like 2 silver a room.
I'll pay it.
Could just get 1 and we'll crash on the floor. Don't bother.
Yeah,
that's cool. I'll get 2. So good. Bit more comfortable.
Right. Do you need meal? I mean, like dinner was hours ago, but I could heat something.
Um,
Um,
oh,
like,
that's
I
a
mean,
good point.
I assume that I ate as part of my like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we haven't eaten, have we,
So
sis?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get some food. That'd be great.
Of course, of course. Um, make yourselves comfortable. It'll take a little while.
Yeah, no
I'm
worries.
I'm not eating anything Kirk gives. Nothing.
Kirk's not here.
Damn it. No, I'm
Yeah,
joking.
stop breaking
Leave
the
it.
wall.
All right. So,
Shut up.
it's that dodgy waffle you got to worry
Mm.
about.
about 25 minutes later, she will show up with like some plates of stew and some warmed up bread for each of you. And yeah.
She'll
Um,
Nemo will sit there eating the stew, and she'll say to Hathor and Catherine, "Do you think that your mother is going to be angry at us because we missed dinner?"
Most definitely.
100%. But
Oh, I really
At
look
the-
forward to that.
She's got to find us first.
by the way, if I haven't mentioned it, when y'all have stew, it's fish stew. Just wanted to point that out. I mean,
Of course it is.
it's a fishing town.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like, I'll
Didn't you catch a bird earlier?
I did.
I'll rip half the bread off and like dip my like half the bread in the stew and eat that. And then offer the rest of my food out to whoever wants it because I've already eaten. So
I want snacks. Anyway, so like yes, she will like hover around, make sure you're fine, offer you, drinks, like she doesn't have much, just like water or tea. But she's like it's not hard to tell that she is super eager to please.
Please.
I'll have a cup of tea off her or whatever.
Mm.
Compliment her on her hospitality. I'll even slide an extra silver over. Just thank you for taking us so late and thank you for providing such
thank
a
you.
wonderful meal.
Yes, thank you for your patronage. Yeah. So like after y'all are done eating and all that, she'll show you to your rooms and apologize for them not being much,
They're absolutely wonderful. Thank you.
yeah. So
I will let Nima like go to bed. And I'm gonna stay up a little while.
Are we going to do shifts?
Well, I'm just gonna I'm gonna stay up for a couple of hours, and then just make sure that nothing is impending.
okay.
And then once I kind of deem it safe, I will prop myself up on I'll let Nima have the bed and like prop myself up against like the wall in my blanket, like watching the door, basically like asleep, kind of like facing the door.
So there are like double beds in these rooms. And I could explain why, but I don't care to. Because you wouldn't know.
Oh no.
So roll me a perception check.
Cool. Perception. Fuck me. I haven't rolled double digits all day.
I know. Well,
You rolled a 13 on your perception. On your
Sarah's
performance.
coming down for straws.
Yeah, no, I didn't roll. Like I added 6 to that.
Yeah.
Ah, that's a good point.
so, cool.
I have it.
Nothing.
Okay. And
I think-
I'll drop off like after a little while.
Yep. All right. Well, if anybody has anything else to do with this evening, speak now or forever hold your sleep.
I don't really know how you wake yourself up early in the morning, but Nima wants to be awake early.
You're an adventurer. You train yourself for it.
Cool. I do that. I just want to be alert
Okay.
and just probably do very similar to what Sterling has done, sort of waking up,
Like how early?
watching-
Like, do you want to like?
sort of looking at, say, if we'd gone to bed at say 12.
Mhm.
I'm thinking about sort of I don't know. If I woke up at 5, would that mean I have exhaustion?
Means you'd have to roll a con
Not-
save.
That's not good for me.
Yeah, I suppose what time had we gone to bed? Was it like
Yeah.
Probably around midnight.
Yeah. No, I think she'd want to get her full rest in. But yeah,
So
I'll leave
8?
it actually. Yeah, I'll probably get it up at the yeah.
All right.
Don't want to risk
so,
it.
like, I mean, roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
And the weird, the chat is just me feeding Sarah straws.
Yes.
Oh shit, that was advantage, but yeah.
Whatever. I'll
10.
take
you
the
just take
lowest.
the lower of the two?
Yep. So, you will probably wake up around 7:30 or so. I mean, you'll still get your long rest, but you'll hear like the commotion of footfalls outside your room, and you'll hear the innkeeper, fussing over the other patrons.
When you say commotion, like a
Like footfalls and people that don't particularly care about whether or not they're noisy.
Icewind Dalians,
okay. I'll sort of wake up, obviously, and just sort of. I'll go down for. It sounds like other people are getting up and ready for the day, so I'm going to go down early
Okay.
and sit and have breakfast.
Yes. So the lady will, definitely ask you if you want food or whatever.
Yes, it would be greatly appreciated.
Yes.
I don't know much.
So the other people you will see aren't really sitting down to eat. Like they're grabbing their gear and kind of walking out.
Are they fishermen?
Well, no. One of them's a dwarf accompanied by 4 humans.
Ah.
Ooh.
Okay. So that's obviously the
Talks.
Torgs, yeah. I sort of, I won't even acknowledge them unless they're sort of like,
Like
particularly
by the
looking at
time
me.
like you start asking about food, they're like walking out the door
Gone,
kind of thing.
yeah. All right, cool. I will very quickly finish up the small breakfast. Very small breakfast, and then just go up and wake up everybody else.
Okay.
And just.
Don't touch my stuff.
I'm not touching your stuff. I'm.
Oh,
just...
hello. Morning. You all right?
Good morning. I believe our friends, the one with Sephic, has just gone
Oh,
out.
Talks.
Yes, they
Oh.
are gone to open their shop. I believe we should really start the day early and set
Probably
off ourselves.
should get up then. Hathor rolls out of bed completely naked.
I leave. And then she goes and wakes up Sterling.
Guess she doesn't like our folks.
I don't like half orcs. I'm your sister.
Way!
She wakes up butt naked. What is wrong with this family?
They also sleep in the same bed, which is just weird, honestly.
What are you doing, stepsis?
That's a whole nother. Let's just get on with this adventure.
Okay, I'm just wake people up. Can we move on?
I mean, I'm gonna take y'all back to the parents' house.
Oh no.
All right.
What are you doing, stepmom?
All right. No, that's it. Y'all are
What are you
canceled.
doing, stepdad?
No.
End of the adventure.
No.
No, Sterling, look out, that meteor. It's coming right for you.
Sephic walks in and stabs all of you.
No.
Oh, no.
Do you know what? We deserved it.
Look out, mum, sister.
Honestly,
Same
fair.
person.
No.
All right.
None of this is
okay. So,
closer it gets, the more it looks
What are
like
y'all doing after y'all get dressed and head downstairs?
Heading out, going to shop.
Yeah.
Talk.
Right. So, the town is bustling and busy now, and there's, like a bell that rings from the warehouse area on the other end of town, and, people are going up to buy goods and stuff.
Before you speak to him, can you allow me a chance to just purchase a couple of things? Please. That'd be great. And then, so she kind of, I think Nima goes up by herself first.
Okay.
Sort of like just sort of goes up and just whoever's serving sort of.
Torga.
Oh, okay. So she goes up to Torga, and she goes, do you have any lantern oil?
Of course I do.
Excellent. How much?
Whatever twice the price in the PHP is.
Motherfucker. I'm just looking at it. Motherfucker.
Like
What?
that thieving bastard in
Really?
Barovia, wasn't it?
Oh, wait. Hang on. That's the weight of it. Oh, that's good. Whew. Okay, so it's 0.4
you-
gold.
you
Which is
have
4
many-
silver
4 silver. Okay.
per,
Uh,
oil pint, which lasts for 6 hours.
What was the question there, Neve?
So you have got gold, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I have 1 gold that I
Oh.
can now split. So now obviously I'll have 6 silver left over, but that's it.
It's going so well.
Yeah, I will pay for some another bit of oil for an. I
Okay.
don't know how.
What in
Sorry.
the fuck was that?
That is a couple of people fighting outside my house. I live
That's,
in Gillingham.
that's
Oh,
lovely.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll just get that because I need some.
Okay.
At some point, we will run out.
Yep.
Cool. Done.
Excellent.
And then I
Anything
go back
else?
to the group. No, I go back to the group and wait to see what we as a collective do.
Okay. What's the plan? What are we doing?
I think we should have a
I already had 2. What the fuck?
chat with this gentleman.
So you will notice that because you've gone up to purchase stuff, Sefik basically is sitting on a crate right behind Torga, and when you approached, he just looked at you and didn't care. But yes, so just so y'all know the situation that's going on there.
All right then. So just wander up. All right.
They seem to have calmed down. Sorry.
Cool. What you got for trade?
Trade?
Were you trading, ain't you?
No, I'm selling.
Yeah, trading, selling.
Sure.
What you selling?
Everything in these crates, which is like wood, tinder, oil, basic kind of supplies, cloth.
Do we actually need anything else?
No.
No. Okay.
Blankets, furs, rations, bottles of wine, cask of cheap ale, medicines, poison for killing vermin.
So you got oil?
Yes.
Like lantern oil?
Yes.
How much for one of them?
How much, B? Because I'm not looking up the price and you just paid it.
4 silver.
4 silver, is it? Alright. Yeah, I'll take one of them.
Of course.
Anybody else want to do any talking?
Sterling is avoiding this like the plague.
I'm just standing back because my charisma is 7. So
Just to clarify, is Hathor talking to Sefik?
Talking to
I'm talking to Torg at the moment.
Oh, Torga. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Does Sefik seem to be about?
Mm-hmm. He is
Okay.
sitting
That's
on
on
a
a
crate
crate.
right behind Torga.
Alright, wander over to talk to him then. Alright, Sefik.
Well, talk to him. Sorry.
It's going to be a one-sided talk. So, alright, Sefik. Obviously, what we discussed last night, you know, all that sort of stuff. Are you letting people know that, you know, if they try and dodge the lottery, they're going to get jobbed?
Why would I advertise?
Because then you don't have to kill people. They'll stop trying to dodge the lottery and probably make your goddess a lot happier.
You would assume that she cares either way?
Well,
So he's doing it because he likes it then.
you doing it because you like it, or what?
I do it because it's my job.
I thought
I
your job was a
don't care
bodyguard.
either way. I have more than one job. One job is never enough to make ends meet.
Ain't that the truth?
No, you're employing the Majesty's Revenue and Customs for this.
You paying the appropriate taxes for these multiple jobs?
What's your tax code?
So, what if, you know, word was to get out that you were murdering people, and then people might not get too happy, and the next thing you know, you've got a group of people trying to kill you? Because it could be a very well-trained, heavily armed group of people.
Life is life. It ends when it ends.
You're quite a frustrating bloke, aren't you?
Apparently. You seem to think so. Most people just avoid me.
Well, I ain't most people. You might be able to tell I'm a little bit different.
Oh, I can tell. Is there anything else you'd like to say to me?
Nah, I've pretty much done it all now, and I'd say I'm just thinking about your business plan and all that lot and what you're doing. Might be an idea to start letting people know that if they try and dodge it,
Feel free to let them know.
I will do. I'll make sure the word gets spread. Don't know if I like you or hate you.
I hate him. I fully hate him.
But I kind of got to admit, got some
Is
respect for
Sterling
you.
about to stab him?
No, Sterling is very I think Sterling is just like stone face, like no conceivable.
Something you said the goddess Oriel doesn't care about people dodging the lottery, but she told you to deal with it.
I don't believe that's what I said.
It's not him fucking Peyton.
You definitely said last night that Oriel tasked you to murder people dodging the lottery.
That is accurate.
Okay, and then you just said that Oriel doesn't care that people are dodging the lottery.
It's a unique situation.
Well, it's one of the
Sterling
other.
just walks off. I will kill them. I'm walking away.
I think we're done here, potentially.
Doesn't matter.
Let's...
I get this feeling that you and I are going to meet again in the future.
I look forward to it.
Can we have a pint first?
Sure, if you're paying.
You don't look like you got any money anyway.
Let's
Hathor walks off.
Yeah, Nima walks off.
Okay.
Then I was front of the party.
I can't decide if I want to hit him or go and have a drink with him.
Just keep walking, Hathor. We've got to go and rescue some adventurers off a mountain.
Yes, let's go and get to that one. At least we know that we're not so fucking ambiguous on that.
All right.
Turns out the husband led them up there on purpose to sacrifice them to
I swear to fucking God.
I thought you said you didn't read this fucking module.
Fuck!
It's actually the opposite way around. It's actually the dog The dog-
Yeah, the dog's the evil
The dog
one.
is sacrificing people to Oral. Yeah, seems fair.
And it's taking us up there now.
I'm not saying that boy is Oral's familiar, but
Boy,
Uh-oh.
is Oral familiar.
right. So what are we doing?
Travel back to what's it called?
Targos?
That's the one.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to deliver some letters.
I am just gonna run and just say goodbye to my mother quickly.
Of course. Oh, leaving? I didn't know you were still here. Why didn't you stop for lunch? And then what happened to supper? I mean, if you're still in town, why didn't you stop by? Where did you stay? Who were you with? Were you getting married?
Right.
See you later, Mum.
To answer your question very, very quickly.
Oh my god.
I was at work. We were also working. We came back incredibly late. I mean, I didn't want to disturb you, so Sterling kindly paid for some rooms down the road, and then.
So you were staying with Sterling then? I look
No,
forward
I
to
was-
seeing more of you together in the future, dear. Have fun.
No.
No, don't do that. That's weird, dude.
But that is weird.
Don't do that. That's weird.
No. Sterling paid for mine and Hassel's room, and then Sterling and Nima stayed in their own room.
Of course, of course.
Anyway,
You stayed with me.
Look, you know that he's not my type. You know, men aren't my type.
I mean, you know, have a good day.
Okay, I love you,
my
Mum.
God.
Goodbye.
I mean, if you really loved me,
Oh.
you would have been here for dinner last night, but whatever.
I brought you a bird.
Uh-huh. Which I cooked and roasted, and you weren't here to eat.
Oh, don't I feel guilty now?
Wow. You guys are terrible children.
Shut up, Nima.
She's not my real mum.
Whoa.
What'd you say?
No,
We're not saying this out loud.
I'd already walked off. I said I'd already walked off.
All right. So can we continue on now?
Yeah,
I'll
let's
be
go.
back soon. Goodbye.
Did you really just say to your mother that you're going to be back soon? And then don't come home for the next 20 days?
All right. So
We've got a sea monster kill at some point.
y'all head to Targos.
Yeah. Are those packages for Targos, aren't they? They're for
Nope.
the next town. Then for Bryn Shander.
Like, Bryn Shander is where the big
Sorting offices.
sorting office is, where they can
Okay.
like send out people to the different towns.
No worries.
Okay. So, y'all will arrive in Targos. No problem.
Mm.
Where are you heading?
Targos is where the husband in it.
Mhm.
Keenan, isn't it?
Mhm.
Should we go?
Hopefully
to...
he's got a sled of dogs for us, so we can.
He's had plenty of time, so I'm not very good with talking with people, so I don't know. Sorry, Sterling.
No, it's fine.
You know what I'm like.
No, that's. Don't mind. Don't mind yourself. It's fine.
Oh.
I am.
Fuck's sake, Minty.
Sure. Right. Let's go get these dogs. Go to the dude's house.
Okay.
Knock the door.
Mhm.
I hope he appears.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, I was worried you
we're
weren't
back.
coming.
No.
Just the way my trousers look.
We needed to. The business that we needed to attend to was slightly more complicated than we'd imagined, and then there was a trading caravan that was not open until this morning, and we needed supplies to go, so we had to wait
Of
to
course.
trade and then head out. Did you manage to sort the dogs for the sled?
Yes. I mean, I got 2 sleds with 4 dogs each. I mean, including Boy.
Do I know that that's enough to actually do what they need to do? Is that
Depends on your weight.
Heavy.
I'm not very heavy at all.
It should be fine.
I think I weigh like, well, my gear weighs something like 70 something pounds. Like, not heavy at all.
Yeah,
My
I mean,
gear's 120.
54 pound, just under.
yeah, I mean, like it should be fine because I don't think any of you are, like made of metal or anything.
80 on the nose is what my gear weighs.
So yeah, it should be fine.
I'm nearly double what you weigh.
So
I'm a slight little tiefling dude.
Yeah, Nima's
about-
not that much.
I'm about 255 pounds, all in all, including my gear and my body weight.
I don't know what my body weight is.
Sorry, you say
honestly.
255 pounds? The fuck?
Which is including her body weight in that. Because
My body weight.
your
plus my
equipment
gear.
is your gear. Like that's the weight of your gear, not the weight of you.
Oh, I
and
thought you
your
did
gear.
the overall thing. Okay.
No,
Ooh.
mine's 92 pounds, and then obviously whatever I weigh on top, which is
Negligible.
so
Just turn yourself into a backpack.
going,
Wow.
going, gone. Have some dogs and some sleds.
cool. Let's go.
I think there's probably a conversation before we head out as are we going via Bryn Shander or are we just booking it?
Book it.
Does it will it actually take time off of our journey if we?
The roads are faster than going overland.
Is it
So let-
faster to go via Tourmaline or is it faster to go via Bryn Shander?
Like it's faster to go all the way up via Caer Konig and all that. So like there's no road from like
Sure.
if
So
you
we gotta
went
go
up to Tourmaline, then you
Can
would
you
have
stick
to
us
go
on the map
cross
because
country.
we're on the map of
Yeah,
Targus at the
yeah.
moment. So
So
I think I know what you mean. I think, but just so the viewers at home can see.
yeah, I guess I can do that. I guess I can move them to map too.
Nima will
Yeah,
say
so
that
Bryn Shander and then
if
and
we
then
could
north of
stop
the East
briefly
Way.
in Bryn Shander, just so I can drop off these and then
Yeah,
Your
sure.
letters.
correspondence.
Might as well.
Right. Yes.
Cool.
So, traveling Torgos, Bryn Shander, and then up to Caer Dineval and Caer Konig. It's basically 3 days of travel to get to Kelvin's Care. If you go Targos to Tourmaline and then go cross country, it's like over 3 days of travel.
Right.
Then we want to go through Bryn Shander and then up the road, I guess.
Whichever way is quickest.
Yeah.
So that was calculated on foot, and this reduces it by half.
So it's a day and a half.
Yeah, let me pull up. I think I shared in the quick tools. There's a quick reference. If you open up that, there's the travel times
Jesus
between the places.
Christ, you're a nerd.
Maths nerd.
I told you I was having some serious
3 miles an
debate
hour.
with this stupid map. So the times and the times listed on this graphic are traveling with snowshoes. As you can see, dog sleds double your speed. So you would cut those times in half.
That is it from Kerkoing to Khan. Is that accurate or is that inaccurate?
So which one's the top? Is it Caer Konig? So from
Yes, you're going from
Where are we
Bryn
at?
Shander.
Bryn Shander.
Oh wait, no, y'all are currently in Targos.
Yeah, we're in Targus at the moment, so it's
Yep.
3 miles.
Targos to Caer Konig.
It's 21.75.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
So if you go
11
Targos to
and
Caer Konig is
like 10 and change or something.
14 and a half hours by foot, so
23 and a half miles. So just divide that by 3.
It's just too much maths. Fuck this. You'll tell me what we're doing and we're just doing it. It's
Basically, with dog sleds, you'll be able to get to Caer Konig normally in a day, but y'all have already lost some daytime traveling to Targos. So you could probably get to Caer Dineval by the end of the day today without pushing exhaustion.
And then haul ass in the morning.
Haul ass in the morning, go to Caer Konig, do whatever research you need to there, and then do the overland bit to Caer.
Yeah, and if
Kelvin's
we're already
Caer.
losing day, if we're already staying in Caer Dunaval anyway, we might as well stop in Bryn Shander so Nima can do her shit.
It'll literally be like a
drop off.
15 minutes drop off done because I've already been paid.
Are we gonna try and find this fucking dwarf and tell her?
Nah, fuck her. We'll come back and talk to her another time.
Cool.
Do it in our time.
Cool. So the plan is Bryn Shander, drop off a package, shoot up the causeway, then take the trail up to Caer Dunaval.
Yep.
Cool. I want 2 people to roll me d20s.
Oh, me. I'll do that. D20.
I'll take Minty's. Catherine rolled insight. Sorry. So.
What? No,
No,
That was ages ago.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
That was me that just rolled an 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
So cool.
There you go. So you got 2, 8 and a
All right.
16.
So, like it's kind of hard push, but y'all will manage to get up to Caer Dunaval with no problems, dropping off the packages in Bryn Shander, no problems, and boom. So, how late do y'all want to play tonight? It's
I'll go like
10:30.
let's do like another half an hour or whatever, and
Go up to 11.
getting the meat of it. Like
Another 2 hours?
Till 7 a.m.
Time do I
No,
need to-
sleep till
what time-
bedtime.
What time do I need to be at work for?
Don't. I had a car crash.
Really? It's the first I'm hearing of it.
Cool. Yeah, so haul. Yeah, like I guess pay for an inn,
Okay,
and then
so
haul ass to Caer Konig.
here's the thing.
Things
ain't
happen.
When you get
Look here.
Fuck.
when you get to Caer Dunaval, the inn is closed.
Sick.
There is a tavern. It serves hot chowder, but they are all out of beer and spirits.
She idea.
Clam chowder. It is at the muffin
The
factory.
proprietor blames, the lack of spirits on the closing of the East Haven ferry. And he will say if you're looking for a place to rest, then you could try the Caer. So when you rolled up into this town, I was sure there was a handout for this. Anyway, there's basically a fortress. I'll pull y'all over to the map here in a bit. I was just trying to see if they had an actual piece of artwork, but they don't. Which Caer Dunaval?
Here it is.
So yes, there's this big fortressy castle type thing up on this is a big seaside cliff. The elevation, you can kind of see, is much higher here. Then there's the dock houses down at the bottom, and the road wraps up the hill and goes there. Y'all came in from over here, and let's see. This is Denev's Rest, which is the normal inn that's closed.
Is the inn closed as in closed to the night, or is it just closed?
Hasn't been
How
open for
strange.
business in a while.
Anybody want to buy an inn?
Yeah,
You wanna-
like it's been out of business for quite a while.
You just,
Well, I mean,
you
I've
just-
got 13 silver, I think, to my name. Not even that. So 13 silver, 12 copper. That's all I have to my name. So I don't think I'm going to be buying real estate somehow.
The tavern is over here, and he will recommend going up to the care if you want accommodations for the night.
Sure. I guess while we're in here, it seems a likely place for a stopgap. What's the guy's name?
What, the husband? Or the one missing?
Yeah, I just got husband from Neverwinter. I never actually got a name.
He did
Garrett?
say the name. Garrett, that was it.
Garrett. Cool. Yeah, I'll ask him if like he knows a mountaineer called Garrett. Like if he's seen him recently.
He
Veteran,
came
veteran.
through a couple days ago.
Did he have anybody was he with adventurers already, or did he pick them up locally, or?
No, he had a group with him. They were passing through on their way to Kirko. Yeah, he likes to climb that mountain.
Yeah, his husband mentioned.
Do you? What did the other people that were with him look like? Any identifying?
Oh, he didn't
particularly
stop in. They just passed through town.
Okay. How many were there? Do you know?
Well,
Did you
including
see?
Garrett, there were 4.
4. Okay. 4 people total.
all right. So let's turn in at the care and then set out first thing.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sweet. All right, head up to the care.
All right, so as you head up to the care, box text. Dun, dun, dun.
Da, da, da.
Haven't hit anything all game.
A sturdy stone castle devoid of warmth and ostentation squats atop the cliffs overlooking the town and the frozen harbor. Guarding the castle entrances are thick, battle-hardened wooden doors. 4 cylindrical guard towers have wind-worn flags bearing the town's heraldry fluttering above their tiled conical roofs. These towers are connected by icy battlements and parapets. Atop the castle walls and within the guards' towers, torches flicker. I think I have some handout for the heraldry. There you go. There's the heraldry of Caer Dineval.
Oh,
Ooh, Fish Castle.
All right.
Rook takes fish.
So, yes. Um, Are you just trying to knock on the?
yeah. I mean, if there's anybody out on
Doors.
guard duty, I guess we'll like hail them or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So, a gruff voice goes, "What do you want?"
We were told that there might be a place to stay here.
I don't think so. The speaker's not feeling well. He's not accepting visitors at this time.
Is there not even an outhouse that we can shelter the dogs? There is nowhere to go here. The inn is closed.
I mean,
Please. We don't even seek audience. We just seek shelter, whether that be
Just your stable or
a
something.
stable will do.
I mean, you can set up a tent outside the wall.
We could set out a tent anywhere, but
We had hoped for a little bit more substantial shelter.
I'll give you a couple of copper if you let us stay in the barn, in the stable.
Can't do that.
can we see him?
No. He's
Okay.
speaking to you through a slat
Through
in
a
the gate.
Okay.
Come on, man, we're gonna freeze to death out here, aren't we?
Start shivering, sort of like, make out like I'm super, super cold. Put on that performance a bit.
And we need to get the dogs sorted, otherwise we're gonna be stuck here.
See if the tavern keeper will let you sleep in his...
It's him that told us to come here.
Yeah, well...
What ails the master of the castle? Is it
I don't know. I'm not privy to that information.
the speaker, was it?
Yes. Each of the 10 towns has a speaker.
I suppose we better go try the inn again. Okay.
Very
Has he
well.
got healers seeing to him or anything?
Of course.
Fuck.
I mean, like clerics or
Just
like herbalists. I am proficient in healing magics and I like prestidigitation, something just to sort of
show that it's magic.
yeah, like dot my point kind of thing.
Roll a persuasion check. With disadvantage.
But we're helping him.
Don't care.
Outrageous.
It's actually
It's still pretty good.
not bad. 19.
All right. So you can he says, "Wait there. I don't think it'll do any good, but I'll go check."
I'm willing to try.
Aboard.
So you'll hear
bored?
somebody walk off,
Boarding.
and
Room and board.
Waterboard.
Stop it.
You stop it.
about half an hour later, a man will come up to the gate, open the slat, and go, "We already have healers looking after him. The care is closed. Go away." And slam the slat.
Good health to you. Very well. Well,
God damn it.
is what it is ultimately.
Yeah, I've got to figure out how the fuck I'm going to shelter these dogs.
Maybe the uphill climb will have somewhere, an outbuilding or something.
Possibly we go back to the tavern and just say we made our case.
Or just fully squat in Dinev's Rest. I mean, it's empty. Just break in. Who's going to stop us? They all seem to be busy up at this calm place.
We ultimately we need to find shelter. We don't have time.
Let's try the uphill climb first, and then
Yep.
we'll,
Yep.
if need be, bust into the Dinevs.
Well,
Right.
Thank you for your suggestion. Going to the care. They are apparently not taking visitors at the moment. I did offer my services. Apparently, the speaker is in ill health, but already had people attending. We could neither barter, borrow, beg, nor steal our way through the doors. I don't suppose there is any chance that we could shelter here for the evening in exchange for either coin or services. We are quite a handy bunch.
I mean, I really don't have any room. I don't. I know the speaker's had ill health lately, but. Well, no one's seen him in a while.
Well, we couldn't get as much as we saw was this.
The
The guard at the
or-
door. So he slammed it. He slammed the. He slammed the slat in front of our face and wouldn't even allow us refuge in a barn or a stable. So I don't know if you have a stable. We're happy to. We just would like something more stable than a piece of canvas over our head.
Yeah, more stable. I get it.
Anything.
Very good, Stellan.
Anything that you could offer at all would be greatly appreciated. I am more than happy to pay for the service. I realise that it is not the done thing in 10 towns. Inns and taverns are two different things, but as you can appreciate, Dinner's Rest is shut and we have nowhere to go.
Fine, I can.
I'm happy to sleep in the main room, whatever. I don't mind. I'm just. We will cause you no trouble.
Roll a persuasion check. Jesus.
22.
Bards!
Well, it's about time I
Fine.
do something fucking useful today, honestly.
You'd be very useful.
You can stay here in the common room.
You are ever gracious. What would you like in exchange? It is only fair.
Well,
He is a bard. He could entertain your guests.
I am happy to give a performance upon my return. I am happy to pay you silver, or if you have, I know a reasonable amount of magics.
I can wash up.
what I want. He looks around. Something's amiss. I know it is. I don't know what.
This town?
Mm,
With the speaker.
mm.
Has anyone new been here in the past, well, leading up to the speaker's illness?
I mean, there's all kinds of things just wrong with this place. But definitely definitely something going on with the speaker. The care such suddenly, and no one's been able to get in really. And they say that he's sick, but I mean, I really don't know.
Do you want us to investigate a little bit?
I was hoping, you know, adventurers are generally a nosy lot. I was hoping by sending you up there for rooms, your natural tendencies would have led you that way, but yeah.
I don't think we're going to do anything tonight, besides which we are on another assignment currently. We can...
On the way back through, try and sort it out.
Yeah.
We have to come back this way on our return,
Regardless.
one way or the other. So
Potentially with more adventurers.
potentially with more adventures.
Well, the town's been like this for a while, so a couple more days won't hurt.
Glad to hear it.
You have my word that I will look into it as best I can. I cannot speak for the rest of my friends, but
No.
I will certainly.
Yeah, I'll give it two.
Yeah.
I will certainly stick my nose in.
Very well.
Bards are particularly good at that.
I could always twat it with my hammer.
All right.
Possibly.
I mean, like, he won't give you any blankets or anything of that nature, but he'll let you
That's
crash
fine,
out
we've
on the
got
floor.
'em.
We've got that, yeah.
Mhm.
Everything but the tent, really, that we need.
Mhm. So,
Probably just have the dogs, like, are the dogs outside or
yes,
inside?
the dogs are outside. The
Yeah,
dogs are
yeah.
built for that weather.
I was wondering whether we just put up the 2 tents for somewhere where they're just out of the snow.
I love it.
They love
Yeah, fair
that.
enough.
They get hot running and then like use
Yeah,
the
that's
snow to
true.
cool off. So
That's fair.
Right.
yeah, I mean, like I presume that we were sent with some amount of food or whatever for the dogs.
Probably.
So feed the dogs, whatever else, settle them for the night.
Mhm.
Little puppies.
All right. Well,
My dog.
if there's anything else you want to do tonight,
Nope.
otherwise the morning comes, and I assume you push on to Kaer Konig.
Yeah.
We're going to call it there, weren't we, guys?
Yeah, I think. Are we going to call it there?
Or do you want to get to Kaer Konig and then like have the big like adventure hook like right waiting for us? I guess because we've got to get up the mountain as well. So
Yeah, depends how it's structured.
I'll say y'all get into Kaer Konig, and we will pick up in Kaer Konig next
Cool.
time,
Cool.
which
Fine.
you know is tomorrow, right?
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
6:30.
Yeah.
Hey.
So we will we'll go ahead and tell the internet goodbye. Bye,
Bye, internet.
Fuck
There's
you.
no
internet.
one watching anyway, so
Oh, that's fine. They can rewatch.
You can
there's
feel
5
free.
people in here.
No, there is. I thought they were y'all.
That's
Yeah.
4.
There very well might be, but
There's 4 on mine.
Cool.
That's going to be us 4, isn't it?
Yeah. That's
I mean,
yeah, there's
Yeah,
people
what-
in chat for sure.
cool. All right. Well, we can do some shout outs. If anybody's got anything they wanna.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
You
Oh,
can find me at Singing Out with Josh on all the things. I'm mostly entirely here, honestly. I do actually want to shout out somebody else that he actually came into chat earlier. Blue Fox GG, who did all of my artwork and stuff. Is a good friend of mine. And he's on Twitch all the time. Highly recommend you go check out Blue Fox GG. He's an awesome dude.
GG.
GG. All right. B, anything to say?
No, it's just been awesome. Same as before. I love playing with you guys. Yeah. Got no socials, so see you tomorrow. 6:30, not 3.
Yeah. So we'll probably actually start streaming around 7.
Yeah, probably about 7.
Benty?
yeah, I mean, I suppose social-wise, you can find me on Twitch, but I pretty much never use it, and that's pretty much it, because you won't find me on Bookface or anything else, certainly not on Twitter, mostly because I'm an unsociable shit and I don't like people. So,
Yeah, we get that. Dave?
You'll find me on here, and that's literally it. I enjoyed today. And I'll see people tomorrow. I'm very tired on a very long day.
Yeah, and you can find me here, obviously, which I can't even work my own commands. Anyway, I don't care right now. You can find
We're
me
all
on
so
Twitter
tired.
at Kilted Cajun. It's been a long day, and when stuff goes horribly bad, it just kills me. We'll be back here tomorrow playing aD&Dicts, Rime of the Frostmaiden, and then Friday, Tomb of Annihilation makes its return and debut on this channel. Yeah.
I'll be tuning in.
So we'll have some other faces that show up here and a couple here, and it'll be a good time. I think I remember the command now. Yep.
There we go. There he is.
It's been a long day, y'all. All right. Anyway,
Cool.
thanks for
Well,
coming
thanks,
out,
Doc.
and I will roll some credits.